Yo, 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 we're back again like we never left. It's the year of our Lord 2025, and we in the building. What's up, Leroy, man?
What up,
How
what
was
up?
the new year, brother?
Salute, salute. New Year's was fire, man. We
No doubt,
starting
no
off. We
doubt, no
starting
doubt,
this party off, man.
no doubt,
Go.
no doubt. Yo, we are the number one, not number two, number three, number four, number five, the number one weekend hip hop podcast in the game. Thank you for tuning in to us. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Get us to 100,000 subscribers in this new year because we got some big things happening in 2025. We got a lot of good interviews
Go.
that we cooking up. Don't want to tip our hat too much because, they listening. The streets is watching. But we got some big, big, big names. And I'll go ahead and tell you one that we're already doing. We're already doing the Lotto interview is in the bag. That's coming. Big Ron, Big Lotto. That's going to be the interview of the year, man. So that's going to
Correct.
be in the summertime. I don't know what we're going to do it at. Then we're going to do it in Atlanta. We may do it in Miami, but that one is confirmed. And we got some other big, big interviews for 2025. But thank you for tapping in to another episode of the Weekend Round. We appreciate it. So let us get back to it up. Let's get back to it. Let's get back to it. Where we want to
Let's do
start?
it.
Let's start with the boy from Canada. Let's start with the boy from Canada, Drizzy Drake. What's good?
Boy,
I, I
the
know y'all
boy
heard the
from
record.
Canada.
I know you heard the boy. I know you heard the boy.
The boy.
The boy that's been running the game for
All right.
15 years, arguably. The guy
Right.
that's been getting it popping. We got
Yeah.
we got Drake. Drake dropped a record, Fighting Irish. What were your thoughts on the record, Leroy?
Well, I like the record. I was multitasking when it came on. I was doing something, but I hit the record. I was listening. Small points. He performed it, meaning you could see him rapping it. Now I know that's a subtle thing that people really don't check for or notice like that, but it's rare when you're seeing the person rap out the song. Maybe he was memorizing it or getting ready to record it. I don't know, how it came out, but I thought that was dope. But the song itself, it was dope. I like the beat. I like that he's back in his pocket. And the first thing I thought was, oh no, I didn't think he was gonna take his ball and go home. He was just gonna pack up and be like, "Oh, well, I guess I'm not rapping no more." I didn't think that was the case. So he's rapping. It's called the Fighting Irish. I think as a rapper or anybody, you lean on your strengths, right? So anything that you're real good at in that field, you lean on it. This particular style of of rhyming, of cadence, of following the same syllables throughout the song, he's good at these things. So he played to his strength. You know what I mean? So which I think is a good idea. You know what I mean? A lot of dope rhymes in there. He said the world fell in love with the gimmicks. Even my brothers got tickets. You know what I mean? A lot of dope bars. The pipe bomb, it wasn't an exhibit, or the pipe bomb in the car wasn't an exhibit. Um, nigga pulled a rabbit out the hat. Y'all love a magician. He had a lot of dope bars in there. You, you know, talking about we family. I'm not the cousin to visit. I'm break. What do you say? Niggas never happy when I was running up the digits or breaking world records. Still, I'm guzzling Guinness. These are subtle things, right? But they are dope. It's a reason why Drake is where he is. It's not by accident. So whether some people go, well, he write that or what or this or that. Um, he played to his strengths musically and lyrically, and I enjoyed that. And I think he should keep doing that. Kenny, he should keep doing what he's doing. Like these guys ain't gonna Drake ain't gonna take his ball and go home. You know what I mean? So it was good to see him back. I like the song. You know what I
Yeah, I
mean?
thought the song was cool. I think it didn't blow me away. I thought Conductor could have came off, gave him a little bit more fire. I thought the beat could have been a little bit more, bombastic, could have been more heavier. But I thought, Drake was doing his thing. It's kind of just a one syllable flow. Super Duper gonna chime in on that in a second. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'm not gonna steal his thunder on that. But
Okay.
the flow was cool. I think he touched on a lot of topics. I
Right.
think one of the things I've been seeing, around the internets is people saying Drake is acting like a victim. But I think he's more so talking about how in the midst of the battle, people that was in his face, Kiki, Hawkeye, Kiki, and cheesing,
Right.
kind of turned on him, like LeBron James, like DeMar DeRozan, folks that was showing Drizzy love.
Right.
Kind of. You shaking your head, Super. Let me bring Super in here in the building, man. Super, you disagree? I ain't even started going yet. You shaking your head, brother. What's good, brother?
Hey, I mean, I want you to cook. Go ahead. I want
No,
you to go ahead and
I'm
say,
saying if we battling or we beefing, and
man.
you my guy,
Right.
unless it's all
I-
fake love and maybe entertainment is all fake. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no real friends in this business. But if you say
Man,
you
listen,
vibe, I'm
man.
gonna
I'm
watch.
gonna keep
I
it.
exchange.
I'm gonna keep it 100. I already showed y'all what I sent in the chat, man. I mean, I think Kendrick
Right.
Lamar is all in Drake head, man. Like he done broke Drake down. Like I look at what Drake did in a way as almost like the Uncle Murder wrap up of 2024. He did that shit to himself. Like he Uncle murdered himself when you really listen to that track. He crying,
Right.
he mad at the fans. He
Is it-
like he's still addressing shit from Meet the Grams. Like in this track,
yeah.
like he still like the Meet the Grams, like it's so powerful. It might actually be the most powerful and scathing track out of the whole disc. Like when you really think
Yeah.
about it, because of how Drake still feels the need to address half of the things that he was talking about in Meet the Grams. I mean, he got daddy issues, man. He talking like, listen, he went so far as to be like, no, that ain't my daughter. That's Dennis' daughter. Like, like if you really pay attention to what he's saying, he's like, no, I didn't have a secret daughter. That was Dennis that had the secret daughter, and she wasn't my sister. You know what I'm saying? Like
Damn, he
he
dry
he
snitching. I ain't catching. He dry snitching on pops.
yeah, it's a lot of bars that people really missing in this. Like, I mean, he like even like the next time bury me in gold, my blood is Egyptian. It's like he trying to prove that he black. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, I looked at my daddy and said, I was that nigga. He's still really addressing Kendrick
I
Lamar.
mean,
Kendrick Lamar is all in this man brain, and he's still addressing shit from the
yeah.
Meet the Grams. Like and I don't blame him for not even addressing the they not like us things, you know what I mean? But the Meet the Grams
Right.
thing hit his heart so hard that he's like you know what I mean? Like he addressing his dad. He talking about religion. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
but it's clever. All of
When
these
is
is clever.
Drake ever did any of these things that Kendrick then pulled out of him? He
There was
talking
some
about that
content
his
there.
it
You know
looks
what I mean?
when you listen to these bars, fam.
Yeah.
He talking about he think his whole kingdom might fall. Like he talking about himself over the lawsuit against UMG. Like
I,
he's scared for
yeah,
himself. Kendrick
I got you.
Kendrick
I hear
really
you.
is Kendrick Kendrick got this man shook to the core, man. And he
Damn,
really do. He really
damn,
do. He got him shook to the core.
damn.
I
That's a
think he's comfortable. I think no one's gonna be comfortable after this battle if you're on the losing end of it. I'm not saying that, but musically on this, I think he's comfortable in this pocket musically, and all the emotional stuff. I mean, what got Drake to where he's at? You know what I'm saying? It's that emotional. It's a connection there. You know what I mean? Of like people feel a way. Now they're not in the same situation as Drake, but I'm just saying a person who's going through something with somebody they got their emotions. Will Drake be tapping into that? You know what I mean? Through like little subtle reflections on things that have happened, relationships that him and LeBron he may have thought was cooler than they really were. You know what I mean? But that's what people like him for,
Hey,
that
but I
emotional
don't
connection. You know what I mean?
Leroy, but don't you think it's kind of corny even what he trying to do to LeBron? I mean, like I think that like,
Right.
it's all emotional and kind of corny in general. I mean, he like I thought I had a brother, you wasn't a sibling. He rhyming the same, like you know what I mean? Like he rhyming the same syllable the
Right.
whole song anyway. The
Right.
Egyptian rhyme. Um,
I think Drake would be better off just giving an interview at this point instead of rhyming. On if you want, if
I,
you make music, but if you want to talk
Yeah.
about this beef shit, just do an interview and let it out that way, or a podcast as opposed to putting it on wax. That's my opinion. If I was giving some advice.
I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
that's
lie, man. If you really analyze this shit that Drake really saying in this damn near just as bad or worse than what J. Cole did. This is like Drake really reflecting, like I look at this as almost like y'all gotta ride with me to feel me on this. I'm a little hyped up, you know what I'm saying? I'm a little buzzed up and shit. It's it's the
right.
weekend for me, so you know what I'm saying. So listen,
Right.
all right, y'all know Tom and Jerry, right? Tom and
Yep.
Jerry. Tom is the big ass cat. Jerry is the little short ass mouse. And you know when like Tom like get outsmarted and somehow die, and his soul
Right.
hovers over his body, and he like looking at his body laying on the ground, but he the
Right.
angel looking at his body. And so Drake is really like kind of like that right now. Like he know he buried. He know he in the grave. Like he like looking at his body in the
I
grave. That's
don't know about that.
man, that's why
I
he keep
don't.
making so many. That's why he making so many grave. He mentioned the
I got
grave
you.
2 times.
Right.
He know that he buried. He know that he truly buried, and he
I don't know
looking at the
that.
reflection. He looking at this shit like, why did I ever fuck with this nigga Kendrick?
I
Like,
I don't I don't think I
look
think his
at listen
perspective
to
is
Leroy. Listen to me,
I think
fam.
his
Listen to me.
perspective is y'all think I'm hurting? Like Drake is looking at
No, he
us like
hurting. No, he
he's
hurting,
like,
man.
so
He was
I'm the
supposed
one
to
that's
not be bothered after all this time. When Yachty was speaking for him, he was supposed to not be bothered. He should not even be talking about this shit right now. This shouldn't even be nothing we talking about.
he got
The
to.
things that
He gonna
the
have to
things
address Kendrick
man, he can
this
say he
year.
lost. He can say I lost. I moved on. I gave you your hottest shit ever. He could brag about this and talk about this on another level. You don't have to like I said, like Kendrick Lamar put this man through therapy. Like he literally put Drake through therapy and made him reflect on his daddy issues. He feeling like he Prince.
That
Maybe I'm just like my mother.
bar.
Maybe I'm just like
That was a
my
bar
father.
though.
He got him going crazy in the head about like everything that Kendrick actually addressed in the beef.
Yeah.
And it's like it's going song per song right now. Like this is to me, honestly, I think it's embarrassing for Drake. And I think that this song is almost like apologizing for even going at Kendrick Lamar in general. Now, I'm gonna say
I
this.
don't I don't get that. I don't
I'm
get
gonna
that.
give him some bail. The beat
Yeah.
is nice as fuck. I like the beat. Drake flowing like good enough. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna
Right.
act like it's like you know
It was
it's
cool. It was cool.
it was
Yeah.
cool. It was cool. You
Right.
know, it was one syllable freestyle where he rhyming the same syllable. Isn't, wasn't, Egyptian. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
he going back and forth with the same syllable through the whole song. That's
Yo,
always been my knock on Drake. But that's neither here nor there. The song is fine and it's cool. He rapping, and it's
I think
fine to
he's
hear
saying
him
I'm
rapping.
not hurt. I
But
think
man,
he's saying
he
I'm
hurt.
not hurt.
let me
He's
get let me
He
saying
get
he's
definitely
let me
saying
hurt,
get to
man.
let me get to the super chat real quick, guys. And I gotta somebody gonna shoot Drake some bail. I got Mad Max to say he couldn't take what
like
Super
he's
was
saying
saying.
y'all are celebrating. He's saying y'all are celebrating like you got something. Is I think that's what how he's framing it. Like how he like y'all are out there having a party like y'all won something.
Yeah,
Like in his mind, you
Hey,
know what I mean?
let me get to the super chat real quick. Jermaine Johnson with the super chat says St. Vincent St. Mary High School is fighting Irish. Yeah, he's talking about LeBron. So Mad Max, you are in the building. You have a take issue to what Super just said. So what say you, sir?
What up?
Super
What up?
capping, bro. Capping
Yeah.
bad, bro.
man, break this
This is
down
my
for me
issue
then,
with
Max. And offline, point
this
them
is
out.
this is this is my issue with Super. And this is my issue with people who critique whether it's J. Cole and Drake. Kendrick do the same things. He's on GNX talked about I deserve it all. And not now I got a
Right.
Super Bowl and I was the only one who could congratulate me. And all that he do the same crying, bro. You don't put him out for none of it, but y'all call out Drake or you call
Hey,
out J. Cole for Port Antonio. He did that
Max.
whole crying on all over GNX. Where was this energy for that?
Shit, he
Max.
winning. What did we
Max.
Kendrick crying? Sound like Kendrick
Hey,
was winning.
Like I said, I don't think
No,
Kendrick crying.
but
I
Leroy,
don't
when
think
you telling
I
me
don't.
I deserve it all, and I got the Super Bowl, but now I was the only one who could congratulate me, and
Right.
and so yesterday somebody brought up my mural. What the fuck out of here? Them niggas
Hey,
corny,
no,
All right.
like
hey,
yo, all
Max,
them niggas is
Max.
corny.
Hey, let
Max,
Super
I'm
respond.
gonna
Go
give
ahead,
you
Super.
that. I'm gonna give you that, Max. You right. You right. You got a point there, right? But still,
Right.
man, as the nigga that
All them is
lost the beef,
corny.
yeah, but okay, that's neither here nor there, man. We gotta judge Drake on what he doing with this song. It's like he almost shitting on himself in a way. It's like he bringing up all this shit.
No,
I see.
What
I
Drake is doing with
man,
the
Drake.
song, what Drake is
It's
doing with
not
the song, but Super, be for real. LeBron, DeMar DeRozan, a lot of these other dudes, they was being corny. They say you can't say you my man's and then you dancing to a song where somebody's coming at me like that. It's one thing if you neutral or you like Russell Westbrook who never fuck with Drake. That's one thing. That's cool, whatever. But if you claiming you my man's, you still my man's and all this other shit, like come on, man. Y'all niggas is
Hey
goofy.
man,
Niggas
but
is
look, fam,
goofy.
like listen. I'm gonna say like I'm an unbiased partner. You know what I mean? Like I'm unbiased to this shit. I'm not on Drake's side. I'm not Drake man's or I'm not Kendrick man's. I can judge this shit
Right.
fairly. I don't think that we really know like the deepness and like how real LeBron James and Drake's friendship is, or you know what I
I
mean?
don't think they
Even the
have a real
ground, like,
friendship.
listen, man, we on the outside looking in at this. You know what I mean? Like, we can take Drake's word for it if we want to. Like I said, I don't believe nothing, man. And I know you one of them ones too. You don't believe shit. Like, we don't know nothing. Like, so
I agree with that.
If LeBron James feel comfortable enough to be like, I like both of these niggas, and I'm dancing to not like us, or I'm going to the concert because I like them both.
Right.
He ain't gotta pick sides, man. Like we gotta get out that pick
No.
side
But
culture,
he
man.
but
That
he
like
he
ain't nobody
kind of
gotta do that.
he does pick a side when it's not like he was dancing to all records. You've only heard LeBron quoting Kendrick.
I
If he
don't know.
Drake
was
ain't
I
got
think
shit higher than worse,
if
even
he was
quoting or
really
saying nothing. Like
if he
what
was more neutral,
what's the last shit that you should be dancing to or quoting from Drake? What's the last Drake shit that you
well
should even feel that
people
was
say it
hot?
like Family Matters. People like to say they like Family Matters.
Man, that Family Matters shit was whack, man. And it's more the same. It's kind of what he doing. It was one syllable bar work.
cooking there.
You know what I'm
He was
saying? Like
kind of
that shit was
cooking.
wake, man. I never
He
liked it.
was
Y'all
it.
y'all heard
Them
me.
You ain't
Y'all
second
heard
like
me
that
to say
second
you
this
and
ain't like the
third
second
beat
from
switch.
verse.
He
day
was
one.
You
cooking.
ain't
This
like
ain't
the second
revisionist
verse on Family
history or
Matters,
nothing.
fam. The second
I
verse on
never
Family.
liked Family Matters. I never did. Y'all heard me from saying that from day one. I
That's
had y'all
true.
look up the words and the lyrics. I'm like, that shit was elementary. Like the bar work was weak, and then the
But
bar,
what's not elementary about Not Like Us and Meet the
man.
Grams and all that? No, to be honest with you, that
They was
battle,
both
that back
cooking.
and forth was weak ass bars. None of those bars was hot in that battle. You want how I know that battle was whack? Go listen to Joey Badass dissing talk about
We gonna
the
get to
West
Joey.
Coast, right? We go no, but
We gonna
before
get
you
to
get to
Joey.
Joey, right? No, because before you get to Joey Leroy, this has to be said. J. Cole, Joey Badass, all you little new niggas, stop quoting Nas and Jay Z. That's how I know Nas and Jay Z had the greatest battle of all time. All I hear is they quotes all throughout the battle. Your hands too short to box with the Elohim. Get the fuck out of here, my nigga. Nah, stop saying that. Y'all niggas is whack, bro.
I
I'm
got he didn't
tired of
like
these
that
niggas.
shit.
They all
I,
But
suck.
look, but
hey,
look though, I think Drake. I'm not gonna say he's unbothered because he's bothered, right? But I think from Drake's perspective, he's looking at it like it's kind of hard to explain. Like if you think somebody, if you think people like, well, this other guy he clowned you, and you're looking at them like, bro, you think I'm the one that's sitting around hurting? I'm doing just fine. Like I think that's what Drake is saying. He's saying, yes, I
no,
feel
man,
away.
Leroy, man, you
Yes,
can't
there
say
were
that, man.
relationships,
This
but
when
overall, I'm good. I think that's what Drake is saying.
hey,
Overall, I'm good. Like,
okay, not to cut you off, Leroy, at all. My
yeah.
bad. But listen,
No,
listen.
go.
I'm gonna say this, man. Like when you listen to this song, listen to the shit that Drake is saying, man. He talking
Right.
about his drinking problems. He talking about his daddy issues, his colorism issues. He talking about I mean,
But
like
he
he
said
talking
this in
about so
every other
much.
song
He
before, though.
no, he
And he
hasn't.
says this in
Not
all his music.
Drake.
Emo. He's an emo
Matt,
guy.
you like,
That's
come
what
on,
he's
man. Why we doing this? Like I said, I'm not a Kendrick fan, so don't get me to stand
No,
in right
but
now for no
Super,
reason.
if you ever
We
listen
just
to
gotta keep
Drake,
this shit real, man. Drake
no, but when
never
you
really
listen to
talked
Drake, he
about this
always
like
talking about his
on this
dad
level,
and
man.
his drinking issues and the women, and that's what Drake do. I mean,
Yeah,
this
but
song is
but
mid.
cool, man.
Don't get it twisted. The song is a midi. It's a DeMar DeRozan midi. But I mean,
Right.
he ain't saying nothing I'm shocked by. Maybe the Egyptian shit, but you know.
I'm shocked by him crying and playing victim and like blaming the fans and acting like he's some type of victim in the beef he started from the beginning. That's what I'm
He didn't
shocked by.
start the
And like,
beef. Now you're lying. He didn't start the beef.
man, he
Never
started
kicked
the
that.
How you
beef.
start the beef when a nigga
Listen,
call you
listen,
out on
listen,
like
listen,
that?
listen.
How you
Okay, you
start a
right.
beef
Listen,
when
I
somebody
won't
call
say
your
he
name out on
started the beef.
control?
I won't say he started the beef, but he wanted it. He said, no, we doing this shit, right?
No, he
Yeah, he
Right.
didn't
said
want
no.
the
He
beef
said he
either.
said
He
no,
didn't
no,
want the
no. Ain't
beef.
no backing out this
No,
beef.
no,
So
no.
he
Super.
forced this beef to
Kendrick has
happen
been
the way that it
subbing
happened,
Drake
fam.
for a decade.
He brought
If
the
Drake did
family
not
issues in.
respond back to Kendrick, he would have looked weak, and that's why he battled him. He only battled him off of ego. He don't even consider Kendrick in his weight class.
Regardless,
Come on, bro.
regardless, Drake didn't think that Kendrick was gonna respond. He put Kendrick on the time clock. He said, "No, no,
Yeah.
no, we doing this shit." Remember that's a
Yeah.
bar. That's a Drake bar. And so when it happened, and Kendrick was like, "No, we ain't gonna bring the family into this. Don't bring the family into this. We can keep it
Kendrick never
PC or
said that.
whatever."
That's something that they alleged that he said through a
That's what
text.
no, that's what he
Kendrick was
said
gonna
in the
bring
rhyme,
family
man.
into
That's
it.
what he said.
What niggas?
He
What
said, "Don't
niggas
bring
going
my
through that shit
family
with, bro?
into it." Kendrick was the
Right.
first one to send the family shot out there, saying, don't bring the family into it." That was the first shot. And he said he warned Drake not to bring the family into it. So Drake
Yeah.
took this shit to all the levels that Kendrick pretty much beat him in.
That was
So it's
on
not like
Euphoria, right?
it's so
That
so
was on Euphoria when he
yeah,
said
yeah,
that.
that was all on Euphoria.
When he
And that
was
was
talking
before
about niggas' sons and family. What are you talking
man,
about, man?
but that was out there knowledge though. It still wasn't nothing like it wasn't
What
family.
was out there
It
knowledge?
was
You
he
talking
wasn't
about
Right.
talking
niggas?
about
No, no, no. But you said don't bring the
come
family
on,
into it,
man.
but you bringing my son into
No,
it. So you
he's running
starting
back to
it.
history. He's running back to history, but
Yeah, he was just running back to
yeah,
history. He wasn't trying to like
he's running back to history. Yeah.
yeah,
But the
yeah.
context, though, even with the Egyptian bar,
That
you
doesn't
you
make
bury
sense.
me in gold, my blood is Egyptian. He's saying even if I was buried, you gotta bury me in gold. So no matter what, even when I lose, I win. I think is the overall context of what he's saying.
Hey,
Like no
but at the
matter
same
what
time,
happens, I'm already home.
at the same
You know?
time, Leroy though,
Yeah.
Drake ain't really claim he ain't never claimed nothing black. So him even like claiming Egyptian is even like
I mean,
is like a side
but his
effect to
dad,
Kendrick.
his dad
I
bar,
mean,
like
yeah,
I'm
his
looking
dad, but at the same time, we knew his
nigga.
dad was black, right? But he's
Yeah.
always still identified as a Jewish man, or
True,
Jewish,
but still though,
or even like
still.
outside
He
of
also
being
said he
black.
was a
You know
black
what I'm
man
saying?
though, so he can't say
Nah,
I
that.
he
mean,
ain't never really. Drake ain't never really
he's
claimed
both.
black, fam.
He's both.
He never really
You know what I
claimed
mean?
black, man. He never really.
He's
Man, come
then
on now, come on now.
isn't
From the
Drake
gate,
on
He
record on
I
the song
the
yeah.
say
black
black
the
excellence, but
blackface
for
move.
me it's not the
He
same though. He
he
said
never
this stuff before.
identified as black. Anybody that identifies black wouldn't put blackface on, and y'all know that. Come on now, like we ain't got to
Most
go
Def
super
did.
far,
True.
and I don't
Most
want to
Def
go
did.
way
Right.
over the top.
Most
But Drake
Def
never really
did.
identified as black.
Yasin Bey did.
We can get to
He did
most.
what?
But I think
He had blackface on.
Drake should have always talked
Man,
about his giving his
that was for
summers
a
in
movie
Memphis.
talking about
That
blackface,
was.
though,
Would you put blackface on for a movie?
bro. That's a movie talking
Would you put
about
blackface on
blackface.
for a movie? Yes or
If
no? Would you do
yes,
that?
if I'm doing a movie talking
You're
about blackface,
you're
yes, I
capping.
would
Nah,
do a
you're
movie.
capping.
I would do a movie about talking about blackface. I mean, what you talking about? I mean, like it was a movie about blackface, Max. What is you saying? Like you should.
Look. I'm not
Got
gonna
wild.
What we
excuse.
Got
I'm not
talking
gonna
wild.
about?
excuse the blackface thing, but I will say just a small bit of bail. I will say I wasn't there. I don't know the context of the blackface thing. Was Drake like I'm disrespecting black people, or was there something else going on? I wasn't there.
I think
He's
it
an
was for an
actor.
article.
He's an
I think it's
actor.
for an
So
article. It
it
was for
could
an
have been
article,
something
Leroy.
that got to
But
do
it's the
with
same
acting. That's
thing.
a little bit of bail. It sounds crazy, but
Dude,
he is an actor. You know what I
I
mean?
know it. Like y'all really bringing up bamboo. Is that what you bringing up, Mad Max? Bamboozled, a movie about the black struggle with actors having to be in blackface as
I
black
don't give a
actors. Like,
but
come
super. I
on,
don't give
man.
a
Like,
fuck about
goddamn.
none of
Like,
that,
what is we
bro.
doing here?
You're
Like,
not.
come
I'm
on,
not
man. Like,
putting blackface on for a movie, even if Spike Lee tells me to do it. You're
bro,
bugging. I'm not doing that for you,
we
bro.
still like
It's
that
not.
movie
I'm
was
not doing
acknowledging
that for you.
that
Yeah.
movie was acknowledging the history of blackface. So it's
Right.
like it wasn't like it. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't
Right. It's a
cosplaying or
movie.
it
It's a
wasn't like
movie.
playing it. Like
and
it was
and
actually
the and the
telling the
Drake
story of the
from what
people
I
that
know
had to
about the
put on
Drake
blackface.
blackface thing, it has to do with Drake doing an article saying how black actors have to perform black or some art. It was some article that was attached to. So
So it's
what you saying
context.
can be applied to the same thing with it's similar, bro. That's all I'm saying. I'm not putting blackface on for no article or for no damn movie, regardless. I'm not doing that. That shit is
I mean,
disrespectful.
context does
Period.
matter. Context does matter. You know what I mean? Because if it's context, like for a movie or a show or article, then it doesn't make it right, but it just gives some context. And even with Drake's race or whatever, he's saying, y'all saying I'm not that nigga while I'm looking at my father. It's like what he's saying is, I don't have to be black to y'all. If y'all don't think I'm black, but he's saying to me though, just
But
so
see,
you
but
know,
see, but see. I
oh,
think, I think, I
my
think, I think,
father
I
is
think we
the
just
black
gotta go back to the
man. Y'all
music,
know.
right? I think Drake. I think I said this on this podcast before when the beef was in the middle of the beef. I said Drake is falling into a trap by
Mm,
addressing the things that Kendrick is saying. Just out rap the man, outflank him on that way. If you study
right.
war, you study battle. Don't fall into his trap like that. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to answer how black you are. You know what I'm saying? You got to play your black card. Just rap. Just make some doper songs. You know what I'm
True.
saying? So now to
Well,
Super's point, he sounds
well,
emotional on
Ron.
the record, and it's not a good look. But go ahead, Mad Max.
But Ron, I will give this to Kendrick. Kendrick knows that Drake is biracial, so he's gonna respond to that.
Yeah,
So he's biracial.
I think Drake should have
So
always
that's a
doubled
point for Kendrick. So it
Drake
was
spent a
smart
lot of time
tactics.
in Memphis growing up. I think he should have doubled down on that. Like, I'm actually, y'all think I just spent time in Canada, but every time I had to visit my dad, I was in Memphis. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but either way, like I said, it's an L that he even addressing this shit now. It's all like it's like Kendrick doing the Super Bowl regardless. Why are you even
Right.
talking about this shit? It's like why are you jumping back out the grave? Why are you staring at your body like I said in the Tom and Jerry
Hmm.
reference? Why are you cartoon dead right now, looking at your body right now, going back over your year of being tortured? He talking about it's funny looking at y'all niggas dancing, hugging, and kissing. Like nigga, you went back through the whole year. You talking about the pop out? You
Right.
he regret even ever even starting this shit or even engaging in this shit.
I'm
Now
I,
he's suing his label. Now he might get sued and lose his whole shit. His whole empire might crumble.
man.
All of
I
this
The
I
for
Empire
fucking
I,
not
I
crumbling,
think
He'll be all
all of
right.
man.
this for
Please,
fucking around with Kendrick
that's
I
Lamar.
just
think I think they
that
both
shit
had.
is.
They already blocked this
They
song and took
both
it off of the
crying on
websites. They
wax though.
already controlling
I
him.
believe
Drake can't
I
even he can't drop no
I
music. He can't do nothing. He under contract.
to
He
Mad Max's
regretting
point.
even
To Mad Max's
Kendrick's
point,
the
they
same
both
thing.
had suspect bars throughout this whole battle. Again, like I said, my favorite. Again, I said this for the millionth time. 616 in LA was the hardest joint for me from Kendrick. But you think about what he said in Euphoria, right? I thought the whole Meet the Grams thing was out of pocket. I thought that was out of pocket, out of place.
bro. But look what
I thought it was
Meet
whack.
the
But
Rams
he said,
crazy.
I hate the way you dress, I hate the way you look, I hate the girls
Hate
that
the
you mess
women you
with.
sleep with.
Come
What
on,
man care
that's the
about another
craziest
man's
thing.
women
That's
you
the craziest
sleeping
thing I
with?
ever heard in
That's
the battle.
homosexual
Who care about
behavior.
what kind of women a man sleeping with? That's crazy, man. That's just
man,
that's
y'all
That's
saying that,
Bati
man.
talk.
And
But I think the context
y'all
is he's
saying that
saying,
right. Y'all
yeah,
saying that right. But it was
Super,
important enough.
if I said I hate the women you sleep with, you gonna raise your eyebrow and think I'm a Bati boy. Cause anybody said what questioning what another
I
man
don't
is sleeping with
that.
is
But
Bati.
now he's
That
saying
is boo boo.
Man,
he's saying your
listen,
women are just as corny as you. That's what he's
man.
saying.
Why you
Like,
worrying about my women though,
and
babe?
But
even
why
Why you
you
your
worried
worried
about
about
why
the
you worried
corny
about
women
another
he's
man's women though,
bopping
man?
though?
That's
yeah, like
crazy.
but he's
That's
saying
just
your
corny.
women are
Hey
corny.
Leroy, I
That's what
agree
he's
with
saying.
Leroy. He's saying that the women that you messing with are
They're
just as
corny.
fake as you.
But why you
They
worrying
they
about my chicks
Instagram
though?
they
Why you
But
worrying
why do
about
you
my
care if
women
he's
though?
messing with
regardless.
fake women?
Regardless,
Pussy
y'all
is
pointing out.
pussy, bro. Like, what are we talking about?
Nah,
I
it's
don't
not.
even
It's
listen. I
different.
don't even
It's
care
different
about them
levels.
It's
bars about the
not,
women.
bro.
Them
Different
hey,
levels.
It's the
hey
same
like
shit.
we never cared about the bars about the women and no other previous beefs. So we can throw that shit out the window. That's nothing. We gotta address, like you said, meet the grounds. He talked about his daddy issues. He talked about his mama. He talked about the type of man he was. He talked about his religious views. He talked about all type of things. Drake is
Man,
damn near like I don't even like look. If you look at that old ass video with him freestyling, he looking on the phone, he rapping off his phone anyway. He got the braids in. This shit could have been. This could be a response to Meet the Grounds. This could be some like worked out shit that just got leaked, and
Right.
like this could it just didn't make the cut to make the diss track list. But at the same time, it's still a L. Like I'm judging the song. This ain't no Kendrick Lamar defense, but it just you gotta give this shit to Kendrick right now. If
Oh,
Drake is
for sure.
still addressing,
For sure.
if
Yeah.
Drake is addressing this shit right now, 6 months later after the beef, even if it's leaked or
Right.
whatever, this wasn't never supposed to get out. Lucian Grange ain't approve it. This ain't sanctioned. Whatever, whatever. It's
Right.
embarrassing to even hear Drake say this shit out his mouth
But
because it's still making most of the shit that Kendrick Lamar said about him true. And
but Kendrick could get but
it's
Kendrick
true
could get
enough for
on
him
a
to have to address it. Go
but
ahead.
Kendrick could get on SZA's album and sneak diss Drake. I mean, Kendrick also the nigga who said there's no round twos, but he's keep dissing and sneak dissing. My point isn't
He
even
been like
to
that though.
defend Drake.
Been like
My point is whatever you can say about what Drake is doing, Kendrick is also doing, and they're both in each other's head. That's the
Max,
of
real
course.
point. They're
Max, let
both
me
in
ask
each other's
Of
head.
course.
The Nick, yo,
let me
super. The man got on SZA's album and said, "You dealing with niggas that's cuter than you, that think they're cuter than you." Who the fuck? What nigga says that, bro?
Drake
Seriously,
is the
come
Drake
on,
is
son.
that
You a
Drake
man? You
is
know,
that
no,
nigga
you
though.
you a man, super. You know they don't say that. Come on,
Drake is the
son.
nigga that think that he cuter than the bitch though. Like
But
that's what he like.
That's
He
just
con-
Drake
so
is the
petty,
nigga.
context,
though,
man,
That
bro. Like,
Max.
who's
that that
Context.
goes
saying?
back to this. That goes back to the sexy red line about I think you see two
All right,
bad bitches.
but what's the
You
point
know what
of
I'm saying? Like
saying
that
that
goes back to
after the
that
beef,
man.
6 months later after the beef? Who's saying that?
I don't think he's talking about physical looks like cute. I think he nigga you think you being
That's
cute or
just goof.
slick.
Like the
You
the
think you
lines
being
to me are
slick.
just corny.
It's
Like this
context.
is not. This is what I'm really saying. This is not Nas and Jay bars after the battle where Jay was flipping the Nas. When Nas said your hands too short to box with God. I don't kill soloists. I only kill squads. And then
Right.
Jay hit him with the this a gift from God. Your hands too short to box. Plus we knuckle up unorthodox. They're not hitting each other with lines like that. They're hitting each other with FUBU shit. Like
Nah, but they
Pride
different rappers
Festival
though.
shit.
It's
Their
more
bars is
subtle.
weak, man.
It's
The
more
Man,
bars is
subtle.
Max,
weak from
Max,
both of
listen.
them.
Like I said, I'm not gonna disagree with you on what you actually saying. But what I'm saying is that Drake with this song is actually making damn near everything Kendrick said about him true. Like for real. Like when you really listen to how he addressing this shit, it then like I said, even if like Kendrick said that he had a secret daughter, this
But
goes back to
super,
what I said.
I think
He
that's
he
part of
like
the
he
point.
like nah he like Drake like nah that wasn't me. Like you got the wrong information. That wasn't me. That was Dennis. Dennis had the secret daughter, and she wasn't my sister. You know what I mean? Like it's still like it's he all of this shit that he's
But
saying.
Kendrick
His
still made
daddy
up a
issues
daughter
about
though.
man.
I mean, it
I
doesn't.
I I, I
Which
It's
I
see
no
get
what
what
it's
you're
no
he's
need
saying
to
in
address
theory,
it.
but at the
if
end of the day,
he's
you
saying
still
all that
lying and making up
purposely.
Hey,
stuff. They
let
both
me
did
let
it.
me get to the
It
super
just
chat real quick. Jermaine Johnson with the super chat says Drake pretends to be unbothered. Dot. Y'all, you're not black, Drake. Drake, yes I am. Yes, I am. I really am. I am black. Believe me, y'all.
Yes,
Please, I'm black. Again, see
yes.
that's the thing,
Right.
man. I think Drake
that's
That's
should
what he doing
but
in
y'all
this
niggas
track.
sound
I
corny
agree.
though.
I agree with you, Jermaine. That's
he
true.
shouldn't have done that. I mean, he shouldn't
Yeah, I'm
acknowledge
I'm
that. I
taking
mean,
I'm
he
taking
shouldn't
the opposite
acknowledge that,
opinion,
man.
man.
Because I mean, when you've been in the game for damn near 15, 16 years at the top of this black art form called hip hop. Now, whether you disagree or agree with me, Drake for 15, 16 years has been kind of running this damn game. You know what I'm saying? I don't particularly like
Of
his
course,
music,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? But he's running the game and he's been running a black art form. Don't fall into that trap with somebody questioning your blackness because no artist before was questioning his blackness. Not 21 Savage, not Little Baby, not
Right.
Migos, all the folks
But
that Drake
Ron,
made
I think
hot.
that's what he's
You know what I'm saying?
saying.
So his
I think that's
blackness
what he's saying.
Pusha
can't be
T,
checked
there
because
was
nobody else
couple.
was doing
There was
it. Now the
couple.
question is
Hey,
blackness 16 years later is corny. Go ahead, man,
I
Max.
think
man.
what Drake
Hey,
is saying is like if somebody run up on you, they like, yo, such and such was talking about you, and they said this, they said that, and you just sitting there like, okay, like I'm unbothered by that, and they keep going about how much this person's talking about you, and you keep having to tell this person, okay, like I don't care. I think that's what Drake is saying in a lyrical way is like, yes, I feel a way, but really, I don't care as much as y'all think I care. You know what I mean? Now, what I
man,
do care
Drake,
about is
Drake.
some of
He
my
cares though.
relationships
Let's
seem
not do that,
Yeah,
fake.
Leroy.
he
That
cared like a
nigga cares.
motherfucker.
He
Drake gotta
cares.
learn that
He
I,
if
should
the
care.
shoe
He
if
should
if
care.
the
That's
shoe
his
don't
wife to
I,
fit,
care.
Drake gotta learn if the shoe don't fit, quit putting the motherfucker on.
But you
Stop
know what? You
putting
know what's funny about
stop
Drake? You
putting
know
it
who Drake
on.
reminds me of? Drake
Drake,
reminds me of KD. KD act like he don't care what the fans say about him about hoops. Then he's always going back and forth with them. But what I will say about KD and what I will say about Drake is, niggas talk all that shit Them niggas be like KD be hooping. He's still gonna get his 30 and cook the league. Drake gonna do his numbers, so it is what it is. But Drake is always he's biracial, so he's always gonna feel that I gotta prove my blackness. I
I
You
mean,
got
don't know
a
he
why.
ain't
I
got to
right.
prove
you got a
none of.
super
He
chat. You got a
really
super
don't got to
chat
prove
directed your
none of
way,
this.
brother.
He just need to make good songs and stop doing this shit. Stop making excuses. Stop playing victim. Stop acting like you never had no love from the industry and nobody was ever backing you. And it was a rabbit out the hat and Kendrick Lamar got lucky. And the only reason why the beef
Wait, but did he
started is
really
because
ever get
somebody.
real love
Man, he
from the
talking about the only.
industry?
He said that the only reason why the beef started was because the shooting at his house, as if Kendrick Lamar sent some shooters at him or some shit. Like it's just
I don't
lame,
think that
man.
was for Kendrick. I think that
No,
was
no,
for
it's
Weekend.
Man,
context there.
I
You know
think
what
that
I
was for
mean?
Weekend.
man, it's
Even with the numbers
what
argument, even with
that shit didn't
that
have nothing to do with the beef. That shit didn't
and
have
he
nothing to do with the
No, that
beef.
was because of him
He
and beefing with the Weekend though. That's
Man,
some
Drake
Weekend
always
shit.
got an excuse. He always got an excuse where something that went too far, some shit that happened to why he don't want to beef no more with some fucking body. He said the same shit with Pusha T when he lost last time. No
right.
excuses, man. No crying, no whining. Say I
But the
lost
Pusha T shit
and
was
move
different
on.
though. Pusha T kept it
Don't
hip
make no
hop.
crybaby ass song talking about how everybody been against you. Kendrick got lucky. The numbers was fake. I'm suing my record label. I'm suing Spotify and Apple. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. It's like, shut up
He's
about this
over it.
shit. Yeah, get the fuck over it. Don't let Kendrick Lamar control your head for 2025, fam. Move the fuck
But
on.
That's
you
gonna
This
be
is
was
what
the
you
tough.
need to
same
do.
That's
dude.
gonna be tough,
Wasn't you the
man.
same dude who said if Drake shouldn't sue, he should just keep talking about it if he's gonna do it and not sue? So what are we saying here, bro? You don't want him to talk about it, but you don't
He
want him
gonna
to
have
sue.
to
Like,
address
what are we
Kenny,
doing?
man.
Hey, let me
He
hit the
gonna
super
have
chat
to
real quick.
address Kenny.
But
CJ
all
CJ
rappers
Kid
address each other after beef, bro. What are we talking about?
CJ Kid with the super chat says, Max, just say Don Bishop Agala is better than both. I know you want too much love.
Okay, well, Aguilar
I,
the Dawn is the GOAT. Let's not CJ, you know me
hey,
well. Aguilar the Dawn, the GOAT. He is better than
I
both of
gotta
them.
go.
Let's
I gotta go check that out, man. I've been trying to listen to other music too. Once Drake and something happened with Drake and Kenny, you know that takes over the internet. You know what I mean? But there are other
you know
music out
Drake
there.
and Kenny don't even got bars,
What's
bro.
up?
Niggas
I
don't even
mean,
got
people
bars
feel a
like
way
that.
about Joey too. I think Joey's doing what he's supposed to do. If you a rapper and you got Kendrick over here making claims about superiority as a rapper, you supposed to feel away. And
Let,
Joey has no
I think that's hip
Joey
hop.
has no right. No,
hey,
not to cut you off,
Yeah.
Leroy.
let
But
me tee
Joey
it up.
has
Let
no
me tee it
right
up.
to speak to Kendrick.
Let me tee
I'm
it up.
sorry.
Let me tee it up before we go there. But before we go there,
Yeah.
I want to make sure we give our closing thoughts to this Drake situation. I don't even know the rankings. I don't want to use mics. I don't want to use stars. I don't. So super
Gold
duper.
chains,
When
what
you
we do?
feeling the record? When you feeling the record? Yes or no?
Two
Is
and a
it
half mics,
two and a half
Gold
mics?
medals. What do they mean? 5 mic medals. I don't know.
midi pack, 2.5 mics. That beat
Uh,
is boring. I'm
all right,
sorry.
the beat was born.
Conductor got
Super
to do
super.
better.
Your final verdict on the Fighting
I
Irish
mean,
record.
what
Right.
are we judging? Like how much he was crying? Like I don't look at none of this as a Kendrick diss or like a
Get
shot or
one
nothing.
mic.
It's like he just fucking crying. Like I don't get like what are we judging? Like I mean, just like the song in general
Yeah,
as
The
a
do you?
song
song.
itself. Yeah.
Is it cool? Not cool?
I
Done?
mean, it ain't nothing I'm ever listening to again. I would give it a 2, and I don't get the point of the song in general. Like what? Like I don't understand why he even did this shit. But
Yeah.
so yeah, I'll give it a 2, a 2 just to be
Two.
cool. Like you
Leroy.
know what I
Final
mean?
thoughts on the Kendrick song, on the Drake song. I'm sorry.
Out of a 5 mic rating of a song, I probably give it a 3. The reason why I would do that is because I feel like Drake should have always stayed in his comfort zone. He should have never got off balance. This type of song is his comfort zone. Heart Part 6, his comfort zone. Certain like the first song, I think he was trying to throw haymakers. Like I'm talking about push ups and even the song after that, Family Matters. But when you play to your strengths, like be in your comfort zone. Like you ain't got to go outside that. So that's why I gave it a 3. You know what I mean? He's very this is his sound. All that emo stuff, that is his style. All these relationship and associations with relationships, that's his style. Stay in your bag, bro. If that's your bag, stay where you comfortable. You know what I mean?
Leroy,
No, No
Leroy,
doubt.
you're a very nice man, son. 3 mics, 3 mics. Come on, 2.5, bro.
Yeah, but I'm just
I'm
saying,
low key want to go with
I
Super
feel
with
like
the
he should have
two,
stayed
but
right
since I've
here.
defended Drake, I'll give him the half.
I
But
Yeah,
think y'all being
I'm gonna go.
generous. I
I'm gonna
think
go. I'm gonna go a strong 2.75. I'm gonna go 2.75. But
two point
for
seven
what? Like
five.
for what?
two
I listen. I was just being nice. I honestly was gonna say a fucking zero. Really,
Nah, I
2.75.
wouldn't go as a
Two
I
point
was
zero.
I was
That's
gonna
that's
say
a
I
little
was gonna
crazy.
say
2.75.
a zero
That's a little
because
maybe
like
like
the
a one.
substance of the song. What is he doing? Like what is the point of what he doing? I don't get what he's even
We'll come
doing.
back to that. We'll come back to that. But Leroy kind of segued us into our next topic. This Joey Badass song. Shit, I forgot the name of the record. What's the name of the record?
The
What's the name of
ruler's
the record?
back.
The Rule is
Rule
The
is
ruler's
back.
back.
back,
The
not
Rule is back.
original. Get the fuck out of here, Joey,
Leroy,
man.
tee us up. What say you? Then Super Duper, then Mad Max. What say you about this record? The Rule is
I
back.
mean, it's not much to it, right? We heard the song. It's a freestyle battle song or whatever, or his take on the whole Kendrick thing or whatever. He says it's that Black Air Force One energy, more Air Force energy. He say he rap like he's drawing pentagrams and killing chickens. But the main thing I do appreciate about it though is like when has not when has not battling or when is battling not cool? Like now we're at a space where like even battling is not cool unless it's it totally over the top or unless it's Kendrick and Drake. Like Drake said, it's no big three, it's just me. Now that song is just that verses are addressing him, Cole, and Drake. But really, what Kendrick is saying is I'm better than all y'all. That's really what he's saying. Just like in Control, when he back in the day, really what he was saying is I'm better than all of y'all. So I like that somebody's like, okay, well, let's go. Like, and Joey's not doing it crazy disrespectful. That he's not doing that. He's like, yo, I rap too, so let's rap. That's it. And it's not even disrespectful, like, you know what I
Right,
mean?
right. Super. Before you go, I heard the record because we was in the group chat and I didn't have I was cleaning up. I didn't have a chance to listen to it earlier today, but I went back and listened to it. When I first heard it, I'm thinking maybe I'm missing something because I'm not hearing no diss to Kendrick on it. I'm not hearing no diss at all. I think it's hearing competitive raps from somebody that wants to to etch his name up up the ladder a little bit. They're just spitting bars.
Right.
I don't really hear anything disrespectful or a diss toward Dada against anybody else. Now, he does have the
It's
West
light.
Coast line,
It's light.
but I mean that could be true. But Super, maybe you heard something different. What's your interpretation of the record?
My interpretation is this. I'm gonna start off with the positive, man. I think it's fire. I like the song. I like the way Joey was rhyming on there. His flow and shit. Like I like what he's doing in a certain way. I think it's bad. I think it's good and bad timing at the same time. So I'm gonna give y'all the good first. Um, Shout out to Joey for showing Jay-Z some support and being bold enough to go out there as a rap artist and like show Jay-Z some love and throw him some quotables and kind of stand in Jay-Z corner in a certain way. So shout out to Joey for that for sure. The beat is nice, the bars is fire. But I'm gonna say this. This is the bad thing that's about it. This is the bad timing. I just think it's bad timing in general. It looked like it's clout chasing and it just don't it's not a good look. I mean, like where was Joey Badass at when Atlanta was going at when Atlanta was running the game? Where was Joey Badass at when Canada was running the game and
Joey
whatnot?
kind of brought the
And
boom back though.
this is the other thing too. A lot of these bars is going over a lot of people's head. I mean, you got to look at what he said in the first thing in the first one of the first in the first verse. He said, "I got murals in my city. Fuck a nomination."
Right.
Who was he talking about? Kendrick got whacked out murals. Kendrick always nominated. He said he feel like he been out of the conversation, even though he ain't put in a lot of work. He still really that's a subliminal double entendre at Kendrick that
Right.
everybody been saying for a while. I mean, Kendrick used the whacked out murals, but we already know Kendrick is always getting nominated for a Grammy, so we know that that's a shot. That's a subliminal at Kendrick in the recent times. Then he say, "I'm sitting back watching from my eagle's eye, just try not to react. give me one reason why I swear I'm going full attack. I'm an East Coast nigga. I'm king of New York. Listen. That goes back to
He's not.
what was he watching? What was listen? If that's not a bar at Kendrick, what was he watching from an eagle's eye, trying not to react to?
I don't
No,
know.
I'm,
You
I'm
shaking
It
with
was
you.
your
for
head.
Yeah.
It was for Kendrick.
What
It was for
he was
Kendrick.
trying not to react. He was trying not to react to this beef, right? He was trying not to
Right.
react to this beef. Is really what he's saying.
Mhm.
I was trying not to react to this beef. I was trying not to get into it, but
Yep.
say one word, he on full attack. Is
But
what he
why would
said.
they
I'm an
say a
East
word
Coast
to him? He not
nigga.
even involved in this shit. Nobody even thinking about Joey. So what?
Yeah, nobody thinking about him.
Thank
But like
you,
I said,
Ron.
this goes back. This goes back to the thing where he clout chasing. I don't think that he like even trying to pretend that he not clout chasing. He
Yeah, but
said
he's
it
a
already that
rapper.
yeah, no,
You
he feel
supposed to clout
no. But what I'm saying is, I think that he admittedly clout chasing. He's saying that he feel like he been ignored, and so he going at Kendrick Lamar because he on top of the game, and he responded to the Control verse, and Kendrick really never didn't pay him no mind. So he like
right.
nigga, I'm still nice. I'm still that nigga. Like you know what I'm saying. So half of these bars, when you break down the bars, that I'm the king of NY bar, that goes back to
Right.
the Control verse, right? Then he say right after that's the end of the first verse, and then right after that he go into the too much West Coast dick riding and blah 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 blah
Right.
blah, right?
Right.
That
And then
was
he's
true.
saying they throwing shots, but they ain't sticking, right?
Right.
He's saying that Kendrick been pretty much throwing shots at him since the Control verse subliminally, small little shots, pebbles, but he feel like he been picking them up. And so like this like I said,
Yeah. Yeah.
this goes to the fact that he is clout chasing, but he still feel like they got unfinished business from his Control response because he was one of the guys that did respond to Control. I mean, it's more bars all in through Joey's verse that's really strictly directed towards Kendrick. Even the
Right.
your arms too short to box with God, right? Ain't that one? We just came back from Drake making a
Pip,
thing about Kendrick being short.
pip squeak, pipe down. Pip
Yeah,
squeak.
yeah. Pip
Right.
squeak clap, and then the boom bow ping line that he used, right? That's a
Mhm.
YG song. What is it called? I'm dead. And guess who in the video? Guess who in the YG video?
Joey in the video.
No,
Uh, uh,
Drake. Drake's in that video.
Drake's in the video. Well,
Drake's in that video. So it's all connected when you really look at it. And then he did the
yeah.
Kendrick Lamar A minor dance
Right.
in the
Right.
video too. So
I caught that.
Damn.
there's plenty Kendrick
Advantage.
Lamar straight up direct shots. He not talking about the West Coast. The only other West Coast people that you may be able to link to is YG with the boom pow ping shit. You know what I mean? But
No,
other than
he
that, he's
definitely going
straight.
at Kendrick.
He
I'm saying
definitely
what?
going
All right, well,
directly
shit,
at
man.
Kendrick
Yeah,
if you
super.
pay
You
attention.
convinced me, man. You convinced me with that thorough analysis, man. Because I totally missed that, man. I only listened to the song
Yeah.
one time. I thought he was just
Yeah.
rap, but you succinctly broke that down. Now it's about Kendrick. Okay, I got it. Okay,
Well,
okay.
for
Yeah,
sure.
It's
it's
But
about Kendrick, but who
directly at
cares?
Kendrick.
well, if
Who
you a rapper,
cares?
why aren't you going at Kendrick? You know Kendrick put out the. It's not just about Cole and Drake. Kendrick was saying, "I'm better than all of you out there." That's what Kendrick is saying. So everybody should immediately have locked in. Like the same with Control. With Control, he said, "I'm better than all the rappers in the game." Period.
But you
So
know what?
everybody locked in to
You know what's
Kendrick
funny though?
and went at him.
I put this in a group chat. Y'all
Yeah,
remember that record that was on Long Live ASAP, One Train, by ASAP Rocky? It had
yeah.
Kendrick on it, had
Yeah.
Joey on it, had Big Crit on it.
Kendrick had like the worst verse on
It
there.
had Action Bronson on it. It had
Right.
Danny Brown on it. It had Yellow
Red
Wolf
was on.
on it. Man,
Yeah.
I think Joey got him on that. I think ASAP got him on it. I think Crit got him on it, or
All
Yellow.
all of them except for Yellow Wolf had a better verse than Kendrick
So
John
yeah,
Ron.
we had it. We had that was in their prime, and that's when they was young bulls. You know what I mean? So
But he clout chased by getting behind a mic and getting on a song. A lot of dudes, they just on Twitter and they never make a song. I can appreciate if you gonna clout chase and you get behind a mic and a beat and do it. I can
But
appreciate
but
that.
all right, all right. But can we have a real talk here? When are we gonna stop this Eminem type cloud
Yeah.
chasing from these rappers? Right? You want to be better than somebody? Go out there, make better music, bro. All
I'm
this, you
sure,
Yeah.
got
I'm sure he
another
got music
dude's
coming.
name in your mouth, and it's get. I
Hey,
rap beef is entertaining when it's entertaining and it's good for the sport. But ever since Eminem came out in like 2000 with all the I randomly diss people, then 50 Cent did it right for clout. Now everybody
Yeah.
fake doing it for clout. That's why these battles suck, right? When Nas and Jay Z went at each other, it wasn't for clout, man. That was a real battle.
hey,
But
Max,
there's a
I'm
win, there's
agree.
an upside
Hey,
and a downside to that. Yeah,
I
man.
totally agree with you, Max. And for Joey to do this shit, it really got Kendrick Lamar looking like fucking
King Kong.
Batman right now. It really got him looking like Batman. It's like he got the Joker out the
Right.
way, and then the Penguin jump out out the sewer like, "Ha ha, Batman, here I am." You know what I mean? It's like, what the fuck are you like? Where you come from and shit? It's like, now he got to fight another supervillain and shit. You know what I mean? It's like, what? Where did you even come from? Now
But
you still
that's
got
what he
beef from
wants, though.
yeah, but
That's
you
what he
got
wants.
beef from you bringing up the old ass beef from the control verse. Like, ain't
But
nobody
but but
thought
but
about
super
you since
but
then. Like,
super
why is we even talking about the control verse again right
but
now? As if like
Bringing it
I
back.
will say
Joey got
this.
some
But super
legitimacy to even be trying to beef with Kendrick.
but super I will say this, and I'm not in favor for Joey's song because the song was mid to me anyway. But Kendrick do have a tendency to throw a lot of shots at all of these
Yes.
dudes, and then when they say something back, it's like, oh, how dare you say something to King Kendrick? It's like Kendrick is the most protected boogeyman I've ever seen. Like he's protected as a
I
boogeyman. Like nobody
I
can
Hey,
think
say
that
anything to him,
Max,
but he could go
that's a
throw pop
great
shots. He could.
Max. That's a great point, and that's one of the points I was making in the chat. Kendrick can't. He can't like at this point in his right now.
You can't be
He
a
can't not.
boogeyman and then be
He
protected.
you can't be the boogeyman and not respond to this shit either. Like what would Tupac do? You can't be the
right.
boogeyman and not respond to what
Tupac
Joey
responded to Chino
Badass just did.
XL. He,
But no,
Yeah,
but
he
I
respond
think what's
that
happening is exactly what
my
Kendrick
point
wanted.
exactly.
Like I said on here before, we can go a whole 10 years and we'll only see one battle. I think that's a problem. And I think Kendrick sees the same problem and he's like, "Bro, nobody is battling out here. So let me keep sending out smoke signals of a challenge to anybody." So battles it's two problems. We don't hardly have no battles, and when we do have a battle, we take it so serious that somebody career got to be over, somebody got to get hurt, somebody got we so serious about it. It's got to be a real problem. Like, why can't we just rap? Because, bro, I feel I'm a better rapper than you. Can I bar out? Why can't we just battle? Like,
Do,
without it being
because
about nothing else.
because
Like, just
but
battle.
these but Leroy, I hear what you're saying and I agree with what you're saying. So don't take this as me opposing your point.
Go ahead, go ahead.
But these rappers, whether you talk Kendrick, Drake, or Pusha T, or the last couple battles, man, these dudes talking T, bro. They're not really rapping. They just talking T.
Right.
That's
That
just
is
a
true.
fact. That
True.
is a fact. Even
Yeah.
when Kendrick was shooting at Big Sean on those songs
Right.
that he did that got leaked but weren't released, what was he talking about? Big Sean, you only famous for who you date, not how you rhyme. He's talking about other niggas' personal lives. Like these
That's
dudes
true.
have been talking about each other' personal lives over the last really since 50. I mean, it's a 50 Cent thing. And I love 50. He's from the towns. But 50 Cent started, well, Tupac kind of started this. But 50
Right.
Cent just dragged it. Like, no, I'm not gonna. Whatever.
Now go ahead. I mean, you already opened that
I,
door, man.
but
You know what I mean?
I'm
Because
just
it's
gonna
just
say, man,
corny to
like
me.
Kendrick.
Because 50 started, because I kind of believe Tupac started the cloud chasing rap. But he was one rapper. And
Right.
nobody else was doing it after Tupac. But then 50, well, Eminem kind of, but he was doing it with pop stars. But
Yeah,
then
he did it
50
too.
took that Tupacian thing and then he was doing it to every big rapper. And he got away with it. Clout chasing and all that other shit. right? And to the point it didn't even matter that he got smoked by Jada and Styles and was getting ran off his blocks by Fat Joe every now and again. It doesn't matter, right? And then you see the generations after 50 when they take up these battles, all they do is spit tea, bro. It's just it's
And that's
feminine.
also I think is a problem. I think the way Joey went about it, like, I'm Kendrick, I'm gonna diss you, but I'm not gonna go crazy. Like, I'm just rapping saying that I got better bars than you, but I'm not just gonna totally disrespect your whole life. Like, that's too far. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
But it's for
I don't think
social
that
media. That's why.
I don't think that Joey went like ham on him. He just called him out and let it be known, like, I'm talking to you, nigga. Like I battle you, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? He did mention the West Coast dick riding, but if we really listen to the rest of the lyrics and like the subliminals and the control verse
Yeah.
references, he talking to Kendrick Lamar straight up and down.
Yo,
Like
He
Super
don't.
he's
Leroy,
not talking to nobody else.
Super Leroy Mad Max. What's worse? What is it? Joey making a record and doing some not so subtle shots to Kendrick, or was it Lupe Fiasco in the middle of the beef, going on stage screaming and yelling, talking about he want to battle somebody, and everybody ignored him?
But I
Which
respect
one's
that from Lupe
worse?
too. Lupe
Well,
been
Lupe
saying for a
didn't put a
long
song
time
together,
But
so
he'll
Lupe
he
went
was
battle
on
you
worse.
nobody. Lupe
anytime.
went on
Lupe
stage
was
going
kind of worse
crazy.
because he didn't put a song out. He
No,
just talked.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate like I usually do. I'm gonna say that what what Joey did is a little worse because he almost damn near trying to reignite a East Coast versus West Coast war for no fucking reason. It's like, dude, why are you focusing on the West Coast when, like I said, man, the Atlanta been running the game for 15 years.
Right.
Canada had the game for another 20 year or 10 years. Like now, since the West Coast got it back, like that's kind of part of like the clout chase part two. It's like now he feel like it's the prime time to bring back the East Coast West Coast um
I mean, Joey got
rivalry.
an argument
And
though because Joey
yeah,
did
no,
bring
he
back
ain't
a
got no
certain
argument,
sound
man.
when he came
The
out.
East Coast,
You
no,
know?
it's not no argument. Like because the East Coast ain't honestly like they like the third, fourth coast right now. If to keep it real, like
Right.
Memphis is popping more than the East Coast. Like I'm talking about like mainstream wise and like even moving
Right.
Well,
numbers. I mean,
if
like
you talking
you got
mainstream, if you talking mainstream wise, is the South one, probably Midwest is
Southwest
two.
mid.
No. Nobody's playing the West Coast like that. It's just Kendrick and
Man,
Tyler.
Kendrick alone is
I
holding
don't know
that shit
about
down.
that, bro. They playing the West
Kendrick
Coast.
and Tyler the
Mustard's
Creator
albums,
alone is holding
Mustard
that shit
album
down.
flop, YG's album flop. A lot of them dudes over there was flopping. They only two dudes over there put
Mad
up
Max, most of the game is
popping
flopping.
numbers.
Most of the whole game is
I
flopping.
mean, but
Yeah,
they
but
even like I said, man,
You know,
they even got
but
you still got to give them Dolce. You got to
Dochi's from
give them
Florida.
yeah, but she's still
she
linked to that
she on
TDE
some West Coast
movement
time.
and
You
she more
Wait, nah,
associated.
come on. So
Come
we
on,
got you got to give
man.
us
Mad
Boldy,
Max,
Sleepy Boldy then. You got to give us
Mad
Sleepy
Max.
Boldy. He's
Regardless, the
linked to
size of
Boldy
Griselda.
from Detroit.
the
But
size
you
of
saying, but
California
he's
alone.
from Detroit,
No,
but
but no,
That's
he's
fine.
I would
with
give you
Griselda.
Boldy. I would give you Boldy if we representing Griselda. Like, yes, I would give you Boldy then. Yeah, he part of Griselda. Yeah,
We
I'll
gonna
give you
talk
Boldy.
Boldy. We gonna talk Boldy too. You
Come
know what
on,
I'm saying?
Superman.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, I'll give you Boldy. He part of the record label.
I
He
don't like
down
you,
with
Boldy
them.
enough.
You know what I mean? Like, even though he's not technically East Coast as a rapper, but he's still
He's
down with the East Coast.
Midwest.
No,
I
I mean
get what you're
he is
saying, but I'm
Midwest, but
just
his sound leans
yeah.
east. It does lean that way. You know, it's not like he's
But
rapping like
all
Freddie
these
Gibbs.
dudes,
You know, he's
but
not
all these
chopping like
dudes
Freddie Gibbs.
sounds lean a certain way. All I
Right.
mean,
Which I
J.
wish
Cole
Boldy
sound
would
leans
lean
to
more
East
on
Coast.
Detroit.
We
He's
counting
from
J. Cole as
Detroit.
East Coast?
Yeah.
I mean, listen. I wouldn't be mad about it. I wouldn't count him as Southern. I wouldn't be mad about it. Like he leans more East Coast in his rap style and shit. He not a
Right.
Southern artist. You like when you think of Southern artists, no, you don't think J. Cole. So yes, I mean even though technically he from the South, but yeah, I would say that he leans more East Coast. So y'all have
I
him.
know
Shit.
that,
I mean, y'all can take him.
but
Take him. Like
Okay,
And
but
and he
does
got a
okay.
West
We
Coast
gonna take
producer.
when
in
that fall
saying that,
off
does
drop off.
Kendrick
Yeah,
lean
we
West
take him. We
Coast?
take him.
Of
yeah,
But
course.
does Kendrick
Kendrick
lean
definitely
West
lean more
Coast?
West Coast. Yeah.
But Kendrick doesn't even
Kendrick,
rap like West Coast rappers most half the time.
Mad Max,
He
Kendrick
himself
came in
do
the
the
door with
Midwest New
his own
York thing.
production team.
Yeah,
His
we live
He
Kendrick,
we
Kendrick
live in a social
introduced the
media
sound.
internet era where
He didn't.
everybody kind of sounds the same and is borrowing styles from different regions. Remember when in New York, everybody was doing that drill rap and trying to rap, had on them southern
Yeah,
beats.
like
You know what I'm saying?
UK.
So it's a lot of people that kind of flop from region to region. And some like Memphis got their own sound right now. And shout out to Memphis. We're gonna be heavy in Memphis in 2025. But
They're the hottest region right now.
it's just everybody's got different type of sounds. It's mixing things together. So we really don't have that true New York sound, the true
yeah.
Southern sound. You know what I'm saying? It's a hogwash or a
I mean,
mix mash everything.
Griselda, that to me, that's like true New York. To me, is like Griselda, you know, Sky Zoo, stuff like that. I think Boldy, he kind of leans that way, and I wish he would kind of lean more on Detroit, where he's from. But you know, it, I'm not mad at crossing sounds or genres or whatever, but Boldy definitely leans towards the east, and I think anytime you kind of have a certain complexity to your bars, they gonna put kind of lean that against New York, as if other people don't do that, but just naturally people do that. You know what I mean?
No doubt. CJ Q with the super chat says Glasses Malone said it's a West Coast diss. Daylight said they have to nuke Dot. Lit Lit Poppy sent shots at Joey already too. Looks like it already started. All right, we'll see.
I mean, I can see,
Ron,
I can definitely.
but
I, go ahead, Max.
But
you know what? I'm gonna just say this as a New York dude. Joey Badass, I got love for you. You from the towns. Is love, but son, you not even in the running for King of New York. Like who? Some of you dudes got the audacity. I get it. You a rapper, so you gotta say it. But
Who
fam,
the king? Who
you're
the
not
king of New
even in
York?
the
Then
running for King of New
who's in
York.
the running? Then educate us. Educate us. Is you from New?
No,
Who's in the running for the joint?
ain't
Ron,
no
honestly, we don't have there's no King of New York. Let me just
Yeah,
keep
but
it
it
funky.
definitely
You
ain't
got you
him
gotta
though.
look at when Joey Badass came into the game, right? When he came into the game is right after ASAP Rocky came into the game. He was never more lit in New York than ASAP Rocky. He had a nice little buzz, and people was bringing back flat tops for Joey, but he was never more lit than ASAP Rocky.
He wasn't more lit
ASAP
than
Ferg
Pop.
was more lit than
He
Joey
he
at
wasn't more
some
lit than
point.
Pop. Pop Smoke was a king of New York at one point.
But hold on, Ron, because
I
you
mean,
jumping some people. You jumping some people. Then Bobby Smurda and Rowdy Rebel come out. They have a whole summer where they was more lit than Joey ever was. So,
yeah,
no
but you're
disrespect to
talking about
Joey,
being lit though. Joey just ran his lane. He wasn't trying to run the I'm gonna be the
but
most popular. He ran
but
his lane.
his lane is not influential. His lane is
It's influential, bro.
retro kicks. His
It's
lane is
and that
retro
came back when
kicks.
that came back. It was him doing that and Sky Zoo went at the same time. Now, when he dropped that 1999 and you heard the tape, it sounded like 1999. The whole game was being run by the trap sound. When he came
And it was
that way,
still
a
ran by
whole
the trap sound after that.
back,
Man,
a whole
Joey Badass, man. Joey Badass is just as bad as Kendrick Lamar, damn near, as far as releasing projects, or at least like hearing about the fucking project. Like Joey don't release nothing that move the needle, like at all. So if I'll
he's run
Joey
his
hasn't
race.
changed.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't.
He hasn't changed hip hop, bro. He's not influential. I mean,
When is the last Joey tape that even came out? Like do anybody know?
well,
This is
2022, he did 2000, something like
Right.
that.
Yeah,
I think
2000.
I remember that, but before that, when was the last one? Before that?
It was All American Badass, and he was complaining because
Right.
that's where the real beef with him and Doc comes from. Because he dropped All American Badass, and fans are talking about he need to drop again, and I think he was a little bit jealous of the damn hype. Because Quiet is kept. Joey and a lot of people from that class, that Kendrick class, they all think Kendrick's overrated. So
And
they
what we put
all think it.
hey
I
man,
think we
man
think
Max.
popular means that another person ain't doing something. Like
Max.
if a
No,
person's not popular, you
Leroy,
just run.
if
Go
you're a
ahead.
great hip hop artist, you
Right.
affect the ecosystem of hip hop,
Not
at least in
every
your
great does that.
region.
Not every great
No,
affects the whole culture. Some people just run their lane. West Side Gun, he just runs his lane. He doesn't have
the
to
West Side
change the
Gun is not,
whole
but
So
culture.
he's not.
Max, you got
He just
Joey on
run
the
his lane.
same Joey, Mad Max, you got Joey Badass on the same tier as Uncle Murder? Are they running in the same kind of in the same space.
Man, just run his lane,
No,
man.
nah, he
That's
better
it.
than him.
Maybe I don't know about if I go.
Man,
Uncle,
stop it, man. Joey better than him. Like we ain't gotta disrespect him, man. He better than him, man. He
But
better.
Uncle Murder could do the wrap up for the next 50 years if he wanted to.
Uncle Murder got
Joey
some
Hey,
joints
Badass,
though.
I don't know
Let's
what he
not.
got, bro.
Uncle Murder got some joints besides the wrap up. Let's
yeah,
not front.
I ain't trying to disrespect Uncle Murder, but he himself ain't got the projects that even like. I mean, I
Right.
think Joey make more noise other than
Man,
the zero,
Joey not even better
the
than
New
the
Year
R&B
roundup.
nigga in New York called A Boogie. He not even A
Bro,
Boogie.
the game is
Come
too
on, man.
fragmented for somebody to come out here and be like, "I'm just gonna take over the whole game." That's not gonna happen. The game's too
I mean,
fragmented for that.
to
You
be
know what I mean?
honest, Joey is a nobody realistically in the rap game, but you know he a
He's a
star in his
side
own right.
character.
Yeah,
He's somebody.
he's a nobody for
He
real. Like honestly,
he's
he's not.
Krillin.
He's
Bro.
nobody. Like
He's
he
running his lane. The same thing Rome Streets comes out. What does he do? Does Rome Street take over the whole city, take over the whole rap game? No. He just talks to he runs his game. Joey's the
Leroy
same way.
But
He's not
but
nobody's
but
taking over
but
but
everything.
nobody's gonna take Rome Street serious saying
He's
he's
running
king of New York. Respectfully, I like Rome Streets, but nobody taking. Come on, man. You gotta be
I
in the
don't think
running for
Joey.
that.
I really don't think Joey got a lane like to run.
Joey Badass is
Like
Dave East
he
level. I
he
mean,
just a guy. Yeah, he's just a guy. He damn near Dave East level. You right. You right. I would damn near say that Dave East might be better than Joey for real. I would like that. That's the argument. That's not even trolling or nothing.
yeah.
That's a
But
true argument.
Dave East is playing in a lane with the fabulouses of the Fat Joes, that lane right there, right? But Joey got his own lane though. So regardless of if he's a big artist, small artist, medium, whatever, his lane is still gonna be his lane. I think that you just brought up the whole retro kicks thing, the whole, 90s era vibe. That's a lane. It may not be the biggest lane ever, but as long as you hold down your block, I think you'll be all right. Joey just holds down his block. That's it. He ain't
but
trying
how?
to worry about
But
oh game. You know what I mean?
I think my retort to you, Leroy, is how could a dude who really just has a cult fan base, Joey
Right.
Badass right now is known more for being unique on power than music,
Yeah.
respectfully. So,
I mean
Yeah.
so
TV. Yeah.
how are you able to, like, and this coming off of him fighting some dude in the store? Joey was throwing the hands. I give Joey that. Joey looked like he could really box, but I'm not. But come on, man, like the music's not. I'm just saying, as
Well,
a from music standards, like he's not. I
well,
rocks with Joey, like he's from the towns, but y'all realize
You're
if
not
he tries to do
convinced.
the East Coast,
Hey,
y'all realize if he tries to do the East Coast West Coast war, right? The West Coast is gonna
That ain't
stand by Kendrick or whoever's from over there. New
right.
York isn't even gonna stand with Joey like that. We're gonna be like, it's Joey, son.
let me get to the
If
super
it was
chat.
somebody else, maybe.
Let
He
me get to
not
the
gonna
super
get
chat.
I'm
support
not
from
even.
us.
Let me get to the super chat real quick. And if Joe is what you guys say he is, we taking too much on this segment right now, so we're gonna move on. But Jermaine Johnson with the super chat says, "Brooklynite here. I love Joey, but no one considers him as even the king of Brooklyn. Respectfully. All right. Well, I think we need to move
Thank you,
on. If Joey,
Jermaine.
if
Thank
jo-
you.
let's move on to the next topic. We want to talk about this Boldy James album. So, Leroy, Super, you guys heard the album. Leroy, I'll start with you. What were your thoughts on this Boldy James project?
I'm gonna keep it short and really that's it could be a good thing or a bad thing. Thing about it is this. I like Boldy and I think Boldy is really talented, like as a rapper, right? My issue is he's dropping projects like every week now. No, but he dropped like 5 projects in a row, back to back to back to back to back, right? I don't think Boldy is the problem here. I listened to the album and I got almost to the end and I kind of just like tuned out. I'm a be real. And my thing with it is this. I think that, like I said before, production could change a little bit with him, but I think a person that can crank out 5 albums back to back to back super fast can definitely crank out one that's really, really good. Again, and I don't think Boldy is the problem. Like I'm saying, I'm saying a change in production may be a thing, but I would really like to see somebody one day really lean on the sound of Detroit because Detroit got some powerful producers, bro. That's really not really served like they should. Detroit has its own sound. Do y'all know Detroit? Dilla came up out of there. Detroit has a techno scene. That cross between techno and what Dilla did has never happened. Do y'all know what would happen if those two worlds crossed? I'm waiting for a rapper to cross those worlds. So I think Boldy should go there. You know what I mean? But other than that, I wasn't really too happy about the project because I'm getting so much Boldy music that sounds similar that I'm starting to get numb to it. And that's a shame because like I said, lyrically, the boy got skills. As a rapper, he's talented. But I'm getting numb to that sound because I'm getting it back to back to back album, 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 album. You know what I mean?
Super, what say you, sir?
Hey, I'm gonna say this, Leroy. I agree with you. I think
For sure.
Bodie. We was talking about this in the chat. I think Bodie has actually been making music too fast, and this project is like a super mid burger. I mean, I came into this year hyping up Boldy James. I thought that on this project alone, like it was bad production, a lot of just flat beats and stuff without not enough bass. I get what Boldy
Yeah.
may have been trying to do, but I'm not really sure or not if he like started his own record label or if he got his own artist. But it seemed like he was kind of trying to put his team on. So it's a lot
Right.
of features on here that's really don't do the album no justice in general. Um, I mean, I just
Right.
I'm disappointed. I thought I'm ready for Boldy to go ahead and make that next step. He does definitely need to embrace like maybe just branching out to some type of different production. I would love to hear Boldy on like some Metro beats or do a collab album with Metro or do a collab album with Hit Boy or what I'm saying, just somebody some other type of
Yeah, a different sound.
producer, just a different sound and somebody that because his bars is nice. Like I'll give him his props. Like the hooks is still the hooks that you
Right.
expect from Bodie. His bar work is still nice. You know what I'm saying? Even if the song is not like hot, 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 his bar work is nice. But like I said, a lot of the production and engineering, I know a couple of tracks that sound like some of the other guys on the track, like they voices sound so much higher than Bodie's on there that it kind of throw the sound off and it don't even like match up
Right.
very good together. So yeah, I
The
mean,
mix.
uh, yeah,
The
they
mix
could have did a
sound
better
is
job, man. They definitely could have better. They could have did a better job or just kept this shit in general. But unless these are his artists, some of the featured guys on here, I forgot. I don't even know any of the guys' names on here. But if these not his particular artists and he not trying to give them a leg up, um, the features were garbage. And at the same time, like Bodie not strong enough to even be doing nothing like that. To thinking that him himself and his name and reputation alone can boost other guys. Like he still need to take that next step himself. So shout out to Bodie still, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, this one was a dud, man.
yeah, it wasn't,
Yeah, it is what it is. It is what we want to rate it. I mean, you said it's super duper mid, so you got 2.5, two mics. What you saying, super?
Uh I'm gonna give it because like I said, I don't like to give out a lot of going out of 5, I would give it this ain't even half. So I'm gonna give it a 2, man. I'm gonna
yeah,
give it
the
a
half
2,
a
2.
mic.
I'm gonna give it 2. I mean, like I said, I don't give away 2.5s and 3s and 4s generously. You know what I mean? Like I mean, a 2.5 is a decent album, and that mean that's mid to
Right.
me. A 2.53 is mid to me. So a 2 mean that is below average from if I got to judge it off of 5. So yeah, it's a
I'm
disappointment. It's a
right there.
disappointment, and I don't think I don't think Bodie fans, like if you're a real Bodie fan, you know that this is probably his weakest project in 3-4 years.
I'm right there, and that sucks to say that because in there when Boldy be rapping, you could hear there's something there that's great there somewhere in there, but it's just like they got to hone in on it, find that, and I think it's the production. You know what I mean? I really do. I think it need to be a change up because I hear him. He could do different stuff. He could do different cadences. He could do, but he's just sticking where he in his lane. And somebody who could just drop album after album super fast at like currency pace. I get the strategy. I'm not mad at the strategy. I understand, but there's a lot of moves that could be made with somebody who can just drop 100 songs in 1 year. Like you put them with the right sound and the right team that know how to cook up the sound right, they can go a long way because they're
Yeah.
pumping out music like a factory. Like so, you could do a lot with that with somebody with that ability. So you
I
know,
mean, Boldy, he worked with so many producers in the game already. It's like, who hasn't he worked with? Like he got to have a checkoff list right now. I mean, he worked with so many different
yeah,
producers. I mean, most of them have like a similar sound where they more sample based producers, or you
right,
know more um, you know what I mean, like loop based producers where he rap over loops a lot. But at some
right.
point, man, these producers gotta quit being so lazy and letting these damn samples just be the beat of the song. Like, you can't forget that beats and drums is what move people, and what catches their ear. You know what I'm saying? Like the sound, a lot of these samples, it'd be fire for a minute and for a moment, but a lot of that shit don't
Right.
have enough replay value. So they need to make sure that shit is beating in your trunk and
Yeah,
it sound good.
load the MPC up, man. Get your MPC game up, man. Load that shit up, man, with some beats, man. Get some drum loops in your drum
Bo
kit,
Yeah.
Jackson,
man.
the Bo Jackson project. He switched up his flows a lot, and the beats were switching a lot. If he could get back there, now Alchemist did that. I'm talking about Bo Jackson in 2021. There's a lot of switching up with the beats and even though it's Alchemist doing it. But if he could get back there, you know what I mean, and kind of just start experimenting with, because again, he's pumping out so much music. Why not experiment with? You got a bunch of rhymes, you got a bunch of music. You might as well just see if you could make some changes. You know what I mean?
No
But
doubt, no doubt. Well, shout out to Boldy James, man. Another 2025 potential guest on the show. Let's jump to another 2025 announcement from DJ Premier. I know, Leroy, you really excited about Primo's announcement of on Twitter the other day, saying he's gonna drop some heat. What say
yeah,
you, sir, about this Primo announcement on Twitter?
man, y'all know how I feel about Primo, man. I'm sorry. There are some people that could just, very few people that can just do no wrong to me. Now, is Primo perfect? No. Primo to me is like a foundational producer to me. That sound that he delivered is what raised a lot of heads in the 90s. So people have their feeling. I mean, one person that I got into it with, just going back and forth in comments, they were saying, I hope Primo doesn't disappoint. Now, what Nas and Primo are attempting to do has not been done, because that combination of Nas and Primo is a very special combination, and it's automatically getting compared to Illmatic. Promise you. Even if we try not to compare it to Illmatic or think about Illmatic, or we know that it's there. Those in our minds, Illmatic is there. So that's a tall mountain to climb. I'm just expecting Primo to just do his thing. That's it. Now he said he's gonna show improve. I gotta believe the man. I mean, that's my favorite producer, DJ Premier. If he say he gonna deliver, I gotta have faith in that. So I'm looking forward to it, and I was happy about the tweet. Definitely happy about Nas and Primo album for sure, for sure. So
So let me just recap what Primo said before I let Super chime in. Primo said on Twitter, "I'm not going to yap about what's coming out. I'm going to deliver and show y'all what I've been quietly working overtime to bring the promised product in many variations, past and present. Believe me or doubt me, I must show and prove. I love all of my supporters. Happy New Year, 2025." So that's what the man
fire.
said. So Super, are you excited, or you think it's time for some new? What you think about this Primo proclamation? You think it's gonna be fire? What you thinking? What you thinking?
I ain't gonna lie. Him him making that tweet shows that he kind of been hearing people doubting him. You know what I'm saying? So I like that he feeling the pressure. I hope that he live up to the anticipation that everybody got, because shit, Nas been on fire. So people gonna definitely look at Primo like, oh, you fucked this one up. So I'm hoping that he feel the pressure and he live up to his Primo reputation and he step his ass up like he's supposed to and don't let us down, because I mean,
Right.
we've been talking about this album for like the last, at least the last year, and we've been
Yep.
we've been all saying, and I'm sure he been hearing it from here to there, from this post to that post. That hey, I don't know about Primo and them beats. I don't know about Primo, so I'm glad that he feeling the pressure and that he know that he can't let Nas down because that's definitely he gonna definitely get the blame for this shit if this album ain't what
Right.
people think that it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Because even if the beats ain't fire, we know what Nas gonna do. I mean, like in general, like Nas will make that shit
Yeah,
work no
he gonna
matter
cook.
what. But if it's
Yeah.
gonna be any criticisms on that album, it's gonna be about Primo, and I think he ready for it. He embracing it, and so he trying to step up to the pressure, and so nah, it kind of got me
I
geeked.
think
I
I
can't
think
lie.
Primo
I'm
always.
kind of geeked up about it now.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you cook, Mad Max, if you got something on it. But I think Primo always had a Nas file, just in case. You know what I mean? Like if you
Yeah.
really think about it, if you smarter, I think over the years Primo was always like, oh, that one I'm gonna hold that one because one day Nas may knock on the door. I'm hoping that's the case, but you know what I mean.
Well,
If he did that,
I think Pete Rock put pressure on Primo. I think the success of
okay,
the
all right,
auditorium. I really do think so. I mean, you got to think of they
all
in
right,
the same. They from the same era, right? And a lot of that.
right.
And we were on this podcast saying that Wise Up and some of the Trying records, they kind of had like a Primo type sound. He kind of chopped up that soul. He tried to chop up them samples. So I think as a contemporary of Pete Rock, I think Pete Rock put that pressure on Preem. So we gonna see. I'm excited. I
No, he
think it's gonna
didn't.
be if he can go back to that
No, he
the
didn't.
last Primo song that I really knocked heavy was the ASAP Ferg joint, Your Streets. The Streets. That shit was hard.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? That's the last one I kind of had on repeat. The last Primo beat that had my head. You know what I'm
What
saying?
year was
Just
that?
that was like 2017. That shit was a long time ago.
the song
So
with him in Rome Streets and West Side Gun, that is one of the best beats I've heard in a long time. You know what I mean? That beat that he did for Rome Streets and West Side Gun was outrageous.
y'all do some
Okay.
homework. Do
I'm
some
gonna just,
homework like Super
I'm gonna
Duper
just tell.
said. Pull up the streets by ASAP Ferg and let me know. That's the last banger from Primo in my mind. Go ahead, man, Max.
I'm gonna keep it funky. I'm scared. I love Primo, but I'm scared, bro. I'm
So
scared. I love Primo. I'm at the point where, but like people like that, if you just give me maybe one, two, three, or four joints, I'm satisfied because I don't expect Primo to come with some next revelation, production in 2020, what is it, 2024, 2025, whatever. I mean, the year don't start to me until
bro,
till spring. So, but
pre
but
yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm scared. I like Primo. I will say this: you talk about Pete Rock. I think Primo heard the nonsense that Mike was talking on that last episode of the year, whatever, when he's talking
What?
about Dr. Dre's the greatest producer of all time. Yo, let me tell you something, man. I gotta stop with that. That's a lie. I like Dr. Dre, but
I mean,
Primo's better than Dr. Dre, and he's probably mad about that. Like, come on, man. Nah.
it's got to be close though. Whether it's Primo or Dre, we know it's close. But one of the two, you know what I mean?
I can't
And
say it's
Dre had his
close because I
argument.
can't even say it's close because Primo has more from a body of work
Yeah, Primo has
perspective.
more joints than Dre.
Yeah, so I don't know if it's really close. I think
Uh,
that's an Interscope.
yes, but Dre's impact is so crazy that, and even though people will say, well, Dre has other producers in there, XYZ, right? Dre is still moving those parts around though, sonically.
But Primo,
And what
Primo with the scratches is pretty impactful too, though.
I mean,
of
I
course, I
It's
think
mean
that
Primo's
Primo.
relative.
I
Primo.
think I think Primo is even like. I said this last show. Y'all know I'm not the biggest Dr. Dre. I'm not going to cape for Dr. Dre. I think Dr. Dre production lacks a lot of creativity. So I think that Primo is a lot more creative with his use of samples and putting his own like drums and shit like that over the top, his scratchings and his like I think he's more creative overall at beat making than Dr. Dre is. I just do. I think that Dr. Dre just takes something old, do a little bit of something to it, clean it up, engineer it a little bit, um, drop
A
a
lot of
bass drum here,
right.
and you know what I mean. And I'm not trying, not no disrespect to Dr. Dre, but it's not the most
Right.
original production. Like when you really go back and listen to Dr. Dre's greatest shit, it's not like
That
it's not great
2000s run
production.
though.
Hey,
That
Leonard
two
Wash
that
Dr.
it.
Dre
Chronic
is a better version
2001
of
run.
Leonard
Puffy.
Wash, I stand corrected. The Absol Primo joint was fire. So I little quick correction. But
Oh, that was
to your
fire.
point, Super. I mean, damn, like I told Mike, when was the last before this? I mean, Compton wasn't that tight. You know what I'm saying? For the Compton album with Dre that Dre did wasn't that good. I really don't think this Snoop Missionary album is that great. When's the last time Dre hit us with a bang? You got to go back 20 years. Like with Lost Ones with Jay-Z.
No,
I mean, when's the
bro.
last
Nah.
one?
I think people need to. I think people are looking for some big over the top. You looking for in the club, so that's you. You looking for something else. There was a time period where Dre was on the underground. Do people even know that? In the 2000s, like post, like right after 50 kind of blew up, Dre went underground and he
With
started
Bishop
doing a whole
Lamont.
bunch of huh?
You talking about Bishop
Bishop
Lamont?
that era right there, that pocket that Dre was in right there is crazy. And that's that 2001 Chronic, that whole like real I won't say robotic, but it's like it's real structural
The
sounding.
techno era.
When he
The
was in
techno
that
era.
pocket, he was dangerous, bro. When he had Bishop Lamont, he was dangerous. When he had Stat Quo, he was dangerous. That there was a little pocket that he was and in that pocket, I don't think he could be messed with. Now Primo is still Primo, but you know what I mean?
My thing is
I,
this: if you take Dr. Dre's greatest 20 beats, you put them on. You just take his greatest 20 beats, right?
Right.
Just whatever we gonna pick, and then we compare them to the original sample or beat that he took this shit from, and compare the differences versus to how like a guy like Primo will flip or even Dilla, or you know what I'm saying, like a
Crazy.
lot of guys, man,
Primo, Dilla,
a lot of guys.
RZA, they flip it. They
Yeah,
really flip the
how
sample.
the way that they will flip a sample and make that shit sound like
Right.
unrecognizable versus what Dr. Dre does. You know what I'm saying? So I
The
mean, like I said, respect to Dr. Dre, man. I mean, you can't
Dr. Dre is
deny the
more like a
numbers of
more
what he's
talented
done, but
Puffy.
but that's what he
Dr.
is
Dre
though.
to
That's what
Dr.
he
Dre to
is
me is a
though.
more talented Puffy. So, but
That's what he is. I mean, to do
I'll
what
say
Primo
this,
does is crazy. Yeah,
but
Primo
I'll
flip
say
a
this.
sample so crazy. But go ahead though. You know
The, what I go, to go back to my how I'm scared about Primo and Nas. I think the only way this album could be dope to me is if it's Lost Tapes level, like the first Lost
what?
Tapes level. That
Nah.
if it's not the first Lost Tapes, because it's like Nas is old too, and I think people forget that. Like they're two older people from their generation. I don't know where are they gonna get their
I think
youthful
the
energy
tempo to
from,
Lost
because you have to
Tapes
have.
real slow. The tempo on Lost Tapes is real slow and calm and nice and slowed down. I don't want that again.
Yeah, but that's
That's not
Nas's bag. I
Lost
mean,
Tapes.
Nas's bag
Yeah,
though is
yeah.
Yeah, I
It's
you
forgot.
real
I
know
forgot.
slow.
I forgot. I forgot about
loopy.
That Primo and Snoop record. Remember, the Snoop and Primo had a record out like a few months back,
Yeah.
early in the year, like last year.
yeah,
That
Dog
yeah, I
was
pound
do
record.
remember.
that
No,
was all right.
Primo gonna make a couple dope beats. I just don't know. Is it gonna be fire though? Like,
Bro, if
Hey,
Primo was
but
on
Max,
his game,
don't you like the fact that he feel the pressure of it though? Like you gotta
yeah.
like that he's feeling the pressure and he know that he know that he gotta show out no matter what. Like we know what Nas gonna do. He didn't drop 6 straight fire albums according to the culture.
Right.
So the only ones that
well,
got
according to
doubts is
internet culture,
I
I
mean,
mean,
according
if
to
even
Primo is
internet.
internet
in his
culture
bag though, we in
I don't
trouble.
think nobody really shitting on the Nas albums. Nobody's saying that they whack, even if you don't love
Nah,
them the way that
yeah.
like the way that we love them or I love them or whatever. I don't think nobody's saying that shit is just whack.
It's
You know
not
what I'm saying?
whack.
So no,
Yeah, we're
nobody's
not
saying that they
saying
whack.
Nas is whack.
Yeah, yeah. So I think that regardless, I'm glad that Primo feel the pressure of he got to step up for Nas. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully he step out his box a little bit, or he makes some shit that he
Right.
know that's downright fire. And it just it's undeniable. And the way that
Yeah,
he's
but this,
sounding like he making
but
some undeniable shit right now.
but it's also 30 years late though.
It don't matter. It don't
If
matter.
Primo would have clicked
I
up
don't
with
think
Nas
Primo
for a
got his
whole
time.
album, if Primo would have clicked up with Nas for a whole album in '95, or if they would have bumped the track masters out of there, like
Nah,
nah.
they wouldn't have done that because Trackmasters had a deal with Columbia, and they were contractually
But I'm
obligated to
just
make beats for Nas.
I'm just
So
I'm just I'm
so
just saying, Ron. Let's just say in a in a
a perfect world,
in
a
a
perfect business.
hypothetical world, you move the track masters to the side and you let Primo go with Nas again. That's probably the best album we would have gotten
I mean, you
because
talking
that
about
probably
the
would have.
'90s though. Everybody was in a certain pocket in the '90s, so it would have been great, yeah. But it would have been really expected
But
too.
that's
But
but
I'm
that's
saying in
that's the era.
2025,
But
if Primo and Nas are at the top of their game in the studio in 2025, we are in trouble. Okay, because they're gonna drop some shit that's gonna be crazy. I'm saying if Nas showed up at 100% in the studio and Primo showed up on 100%, we are in
If
trouble.
this if this Nas and Primo album is what people expect, and if it's some fire, then we really gonna have to
no, but people
reevaluate.
expect
We
Illmatic though. That's
we gonna have
not
to
fair.
reevaluate. We gonna have to reevaluate Preem's position on this top producer list, and we gonna have to really evaluate Dr. Dre and see where he fall. Because right now, if you was
Mm.
to ask me right now who I got, I'm picking Alchemist right now all time over Dr. Dre, and that's just for real talk,
Oh,
man.
oh,
Alchemist over Dr.
oh.
Dre.
That's
I
what I
Hey,
love
got.
come
Alchemist.
on, come on, Ron,
I
stop
ain't
it,
gonna lie.
Ron. Now,
I
now
agree
that's
with that shit.
yeah, come
Hey,
on, man.
Man,
I'm for
Stop
real.
that.
I really agree with that shit. I do for real. Now I'm not even being funny, trolling, or nothing, or even
I'm not
trying to be
either.
disrespectful. But I really think the Alchemist he does more with a beat than Dr. Dre does. He does more
Dr.
with a sample.
Dre.
He does
I mean,
more.
You guys is doing too much. That's Dr. Dre.
Alchemist is super dope.
Is that?
Alchemist
Come on,
super dope.
Alchemist.
Dr. Dre is a
I think
different
listen,
animal.
listen, Doc. I don't think
Alchemist
that
don't have no in the club. Alchemist
Alchemist
ain't got
had
that.
Alchemist really ain't had, he not a CEO, and he don't have his own record label, and he ain't really had the chance to work with the artists of the caliber like directly of that
Right.
Dr. Dre has. But imagine if he was that type of guy. Like I think that Alchemist would
Yeah.
do a lot more, man. I mean, look what he's doing now. I mean, like he's still
No,
like
Alchemist
Alchemist still
fire.
just and
Alchemist
he's
doesn't
still
have
just as
that many classic songs though
fam, but
that
he's
he's
still just as
produced.
relevant now as he was back then. Like he's still damn near the same old Alchemist he was back in the Mob Deep days. He's still
Yeah.
Alchemist of that caliber right now.
Yeah,
Dr.
but
Dre
I
Alchemist
be
mean,
talking about if he fell off or not.
But super at
Alchemist
the
is
end.
gonna
But
take
I hear what you're
chances
saying. But
sonically.
Dr. Dre, Dr. Dre came up with a whole sound. Alchemist never did that. He's basically using the Havoc stuff,
What's
which is
that? Oh,
not
you
even
talking
as
about
good as
okay,
Havoc.
yeah, Dr. Dre.
No, no, no. Alchemist got his own sound. It's just so unorthodox that it don't even
But
sound
it's
like
an
his own
offshoot. But it's an
sound.
offshoot of Havoc. It's really the
But come on,
Havoc
no, he
stuff.
done passed Havoc, bro. He done passed Havoc. I'm sorry, I love you,
You
Havoc.
don't. You don't. I've
Alchemist
never
done
heard a beat
passed
from
Havoc.
Alchemist that sound better than Shook Ones or Quiet Storm. How he
I love
passed
Havoc.
Havoc?
I love Havoc. But what I'm saying is this: what Alchemist does is so unorthodox that I really can't compare the two. Yes, Havoc is super dope, but Alchemist he do some really unorthodox stuff. You know, he Alchemist is gonna take chances. Where Dr.
Man.
Dre, he's gonna make sure the song is a banger as a standard banger. Like, but Alchemist is gonna take chances. Alchemist gonna pick a sound that's so strange you would never even think to use it, and he's gonna use that. You know what I
to
mean?
me to me when you talk about those type of things or those type of rappers, the
Right.
peaks have to be the peaks have to be similar. So I'm gonna just move Havoc to the side because we're not really talking about Havoc. Like Dre has a peak that Alchemist just doesn't compete with. Whether Dre
Okay.
has not don't have the longevity really doesn't matter. Like longevity only matters with somebody on Dre's peak level, which is a few
Yeah,
dudes.
but
We talking Primo, the RZA,
Right.
Q-Tip, those level dudes. I mean, Alchemist is not in that class. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
yeah,
respectfully.
but
Yeah.
like I said, man, if you really take them same songs and beats and artists that you're talking about, yes, Dr. Dre, he performed with some great artists. Some great artists. I think anybody could have
Right.
made them fucking beats for them niggas at the time, damn near. I don't think that they
But he
hot
but
because
he
Dr.
broke a
Dre
lot of them
they,
though, Super.
he broke them. Yeah, he did. He broke them, but like if you replace Dr. Dre production with I don't know. I can't even get
just
with
another
Timberland
person.
production. With
Right.
Like
Timberland production.
Alchemist is coming in behind with Mob Deep is already Mob Deep. To me, it's like he didn't really break nobody either.
That's
So it's
true.
like,
No, but Alchemist is kind of Mob Deep too, though, man. He's an unofficial member of Mob Deep, man. Come on now, like we
Oh
can't
yeah.
do
but
we
they
can't
didn't
do him
start
like
with
that, man. He
Alchemist though. They started with each other, and then
They
they
started
brought
with each
That's
other.
Alchemist
They
in.
started with each other, but Alchemist got just as many Mob Deep hits, damn near as Havoc do.
it's been a long time since
Ah,
it's been a
Damn
long
near,
time since
damn
Mob
near,
Deep,
man,
bro.
damn near.
It's been a long time since Mob Deep too. And Havoc,
I
I
mean,
mean,
my
Alchemist has
thing is
kept
my thing.
moving.
We got a lot of respect for Dr. Dre. We're not disparaging what this man has done for
Yeah,
hip
no
hop.
disrespect.
There's no disrespect. We just
No,
looking.
no, no. They all dope.
We just analyzing the game. And it's been a long time. You know, when people talk about Dr. Dre, y'all referencing records since 1999, 2002,
2001.
2001. We in the year of our Lord 2025. I mean, you know,
The
shit.
last half of Missionary, bro. Them last
I,
10
I,
songs, the last 10 songs on
I
Missionary are
mean, you
crazy.
know, I'm
Are
just saying.
crazy.
I'm just saying. It's not an unhinged take to analyze producers and say we got to look
It's
at the
kind
list and maybe Primo, Alchemist, you know what I'm saying? Some other producers can be in the conversation and moving up the ladder. That's all we say.
Well,
That's all we
Primo,
well,
say.
yes, but
I
Dr.
personally
Dre,
have Primo one. I have Primo one, even though RZA is probably my favorite. I have Primo one. I don't know who after that. I gotta think. I think the most underrated is the Juicy J and
DJ
the
Paul,
Trace Six Mafia people.
DJ Paul,
DJ
and Juicy
Paul.
J.
right? DJ Paul.
They're now if you want to tell me they're better than Dr. Dre, I kind of understand that because the
I
new
mean,
rappers today they are sampling Trey Six Mafia like crazy. So that's like neck and neck levels. And
right.
I think DJ Paul and Juicy J, their run is probably lasting a little bit longer because of that. Because who's really sampling Dr. Dre today?
I
I
mean,
mean,
Dr.
they
Dre is a
do it.
tall
They
order
do
to
it.
climb, though. To get over the Dr. Dre thing, you got Snoop Dogg, you got 50 Cent, you got Eminem, you got, and I know I'm just rambling off names, but them beats that he supplied to those people, legendary stuff, man. And that's a tall mountain that you got to get by. You know what I mean? And Alchemist, he's super dope, but Alchemist is just he runs his. I think he's worried about his own sound. To compete with Dr. Dre is a totally different animal. You know
Yeah,
what I
No
I
mean?
mean,
doubt.
I agree with you, Leroy. I don't think that we definitely got to give Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre had a way more highs than Alchemist, so that's not even like the question. But like I said, when you go examine beat for beat,
Beat for beat.
sample per beat for beat, sample per sample,
Right.
you know
I
what I
got
mean?
you.
Like really, when you really
Yeah.
analyze it, you know what I mean? I think that Alchemist is a lot more creative
I
than
mean,
Dr. Dre.
chopping
A
samples.
lot more
We
creative.
know that Alchemist can chop samples better than Dr. Dre. If it was just about that, well, I mean, yeah,
To me, but
Alchemist
that's
would
like
be crazy.
saying, not to use a basketball reference, but that's kind of like saying, yo, you're gonna take, I don't know, Kevin Durant over like Magic Johnson. I don't
I
know.
hear you. I
Magic
hear you.
Johnson's peak, that run. KD's nice. He
Right.
had a longer career. He's nice, but
Right.
Yeah, you
longevity
know,
I,
isn't everything.
but we're gonna have this
they both
conversation
they
again.
both got they both got the longevity argument though. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah,
Like
for sure. For
they
sure.
both got the longevity argument. Dr. Dre definitely got the popularity, the mainstream and more industry success, and just the high, like I said, the higher level of success than
Right.
Alchemist. But
The impact. Yeah.
No doubt. No,
overall,
And
like
Dr.
I
I
said,
think
Dre,
Alchemist is
Dr.
closer to DJ Bugs. I think
just
Alchemist
going
is
by
Dr.
off of what
Dre,
they do and just the creative of like just I'm just really speaking on the creative side, not talking popularity, because popularity wise, Alchemist is
right.
nowhere near even comparable to Dr. Dre. But just creatively and as a producer and creating different sounds and making shit
Right.
sound more than what it is than when you originally got it. Alchemist blows Dr. Dre away.
Well, we're going to revisit this
Dr.
conversation, and we'll have a
Hold on,
breakdown.
Ron.
Go ahead. One
Hold on, Ron.
last point on this.
I just gotta get this. I just gotta say this. Dr. Dre did make a beat that was so hard that Big Pun and Fat Joe did a whole song to it and did not change the beat. And it's another classic. You got two classics on one instrumental. That
True,
that kind of matters.
true,
I mean, yeah, yeah.
true.
I
Good
mean, they
point.
both
Good point.
crazy.
Good point.
Alchemist, Dr. Dre. They,
Good point. We're gonna re-examine that. We got one more topic of the night, fellas. We're gonna get out of here. A
yeah.
lot of talk about 50 Cent, Las Vegas, the residencies. Hot 97 said they reported someone saying it was the worst residency in history. I've got people out in Vegas. Vegas is one of my secondary places. If you ever want to know where Ronnie Ron is at, he's gonna be a couple places. I may be in Vegas on the strip. But I heard people that saw the show, they saw the show was dope. They said it was real cool. 50 was really energetic. The set was nice. His set list was dope. And people seem to enjoy it. So I'm hearing conflicting things. I haven't personally gone out there to see the show, but
Right.
50 responded. Let me pull up. 50 responded to what a Hot 97 said. Let me pull it up. And what did they say? They said, hold up. So yeah, so let me pull it up. Let me blow this down a little bit. So 50, this is what Hot 97 said 50 Cent's residency called the worst show in Las Vegas history. That was kind of a low blow. And then 50 responded back saying, what did 50 say? 50 said, 50 had to come back and say something. Hold on.
He definitely had to say something.
50 came back and said, he puts this on his Instagram. He said, let me pull it up. He
Right.
says, wow, Hot 97, hey, I get it. Your station is falling apart. You can't post the same shit World Star posts. This is just bad for hip hop. And I think it is bad for hip hop. We got to shout out our legends. And I think we need more people going out to Vegas to do
I don't think. I think
residencies.
it's just honest though. I
I don't
mean,
think
and
that's not what I'm hearing though,
I got a
Leroy.
take on that. I got a
Go ahead,
take on
Leroy. Go
50.
ahead. What's your take? Leroy?
I think okay. So we all heard 50's music. We all heard his albums, his mixtapes. As a rapper, we know 50 Cent is dope. So we're all clear there that we know he's dope. We also know he has picked dope beats. We know he has made dope projects. So we know that. Vegas is a certain with the residency, it's a certain performative aspect. Like as a performer, that are usually the people that get residencies. Also musically too. Now, when it comes to just gangster rap, we know 50 got that all day. We know he could do that. But as far as like songs that are emotional, which normally those type of artists get those residencies and they're performative. You know what I mean? I don't think 50 has a lot of songs that people are tapping into something emotional. And I don't think as a performer, his music is really tailored for like a performative arts type of deal, like a residency. So those are two things I think is working against him. You know what I mean? Is his music hard? Yeah. Is it gangster? Yeah. But that's not always going to translate over 30 years.
Well, he
You
got a
know
lot
what
of
I'm
pop
saying?
songs. 50 had a lot of songs for the ladies too. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff that you
Yeah,
can
yeah, that's cool.
Have
Yeah.
Hey,
you ever been on a
hey,
cruise? You ever been on a cruise? You ever been to Mexico and went to a
I have
resort? They're
actually.
gonna play all that old school hip hop, the Ja Rule, the 50 Cent, them Fabulous Girl records. They're gonna play them type of records
He
because they're
got
trying to.
those.
So that's perfect for Vegas. Vegas is a fun town. You play. It's not gonna be like real, you know, contemplative music. You vibing
He
out. It's
got
supposed to be
about
a
five
party.
of those, Ron. He got about five. The
hey,
the shows he's doing like 2 hours. He got about five of them songs for the girls like that. That's about it.
hey, straight up though, hey Leroy, hey, I ain't never agree with you more ever in one show ever, man. I gotta
Y'all
agree with you
tripping, man.
again,
Y'all
man.
tripping,
I mean,
man. Y'all fronting
like
on
Come
listen
Fifth,
on.
straight up and
man.
down, man. Like 50 Cent, like what I mean, you gotta think, man, this is Vegas. So it's people of like all ages and races and all type of shit. Do like when you think about it, 50 is nice. He nice in R&B. I mean not R&B, but he nice in the hip hop scene. And a lot
Right.
of us will be expected. Like it'd be plenty of shit that we'll probably want him to perform. We wouldn't even hear it. And I mean, you got to look at it like how they might be looking at it. I mean, 50 up there. I mean, if he's still wearing the bulletproof vest, G Unit tank tops, and up there looking like a Ninja Turtle, what do y'all expect like for
Man,
these
I think
people
it's hate. I
to
think it's
say.
cap. I think it's cap. I think it's some other kind of factors. I'm saying it's the worst show
It's
in
an
Vegas
older
history.
crowd
Nah, I think
in
that's
Yeah,
cap.
Vegas,
They
it's
bro.
a
try to
it's
keep.
a mixed crowd. It's
They,
more of a mixed crowd. It's not really like a hip hop straight up and down hip hop fan base
No.
that's in Las Vegas.
they
Like
try
I
to get
said, you
hip
got
hop
you got
out. They try to keep hip hop out of them casinos. They building. They doing a lot of construction in
Come
Vegas. They
on,
try to
man.
keep. They try to keep us out of there, and they try to hate on Fifth. I think I heard the show was dope. And if I ain't have my kids this week, I would go out there right now, go check it out, and give you a live report from According to Hip Hop. So I don't believe that Hot
Two
97
things
is
could be
whack.
true.
Hot 97 is whack for reporting that. That's that they should be celebrating Fifth and celebrating hip
Stop,
hop
stop,
on the
man,
Vegas Strip.
But
Shout
but
out to
two
Fifth.
things could be true. Two things could be true.
bro. A
Nah,
lot of them
Hot
songs from like
97.
the Massacre. When you try to ring those off in Vegas in front of that mixed crowd that's there to gamble, and you running through songs from the Massacre, it don't really fit.
you mean
And
to
then you
tell
got to
me?
perform it too. He just going like this a lot of times. Like but
So if
residency is a performative thing. Like
so when
and
Elvis
them
was
them
fat was when
even
Elvis
though
was
them
fat and
songs is
washed
dope,
up, you mean to tell me
it's
50
been
show ain't
30
better than
years.
that?
It's been 25 years.
When,
Come
when,
on,
when
man.
Elvis was
Now that's a
busting out,
good point, Ron.
when
Now that's
Elvis
a good
when
point,
Elvis
Ron.
stomach
I
was
think
busting out his
I might
suit,
agree with Ron on this.
when Elvis stomach belly was busting out his suit and he was on drugs and he was washed up, you mean to tell me 50 Cent is the worst show in Las Vegas? Come on,
yeah,
man.
but you got but Ron, you ain't thinking though like them that was still that those type of people was going to see Elvis. That was like the fan base. You got to look at it like it's not just like hip hop hardcore fans in Vegas. This is a wide variety of people from all over the globe and all over the country coming to
Right.
see 50 Cent. I mean, how many people do you really think really resonate with Candy Shop and Mini Men and on a Las Vegas
Wait,
level?
but Candy Shop ain't no hip hop song
What
though, Super.
other
He
than
doing
hip hop
Candy Shop
fans and
though.
shit.
He's
Like
performing that song.
how many songs do we realistically think 50 got on his own that are like internationally known or like really hold that type of weight like in the
I
club
mean, but
other
he
than
don't.
in the club?
But
I think the
Man,
oh,
not many,
he has a lot though. We
many,
can't do
but
Name
that.
I
them.
think his
I'm
best
waiting.
song.
Go ahead. I see you roll your
He
eyes
has
back.
enough.
Say one
No,
more.
you got
Say one more.
I mean,
I
no,
get it
but
in,
it it
I get it in. I get money in the club, PIMP,
Yeah, but no,
the
I'm
stuff
saying,
twenty
but
with
twenty.
internationally is
the stuff
PIMP
on the
or I
game
Get Money.
album. Hate it or love it.
Internationally,
You
Window
are they
shopper,
know,
really
window
very
shop.
I
He
mean,
did
known
the
he
for
has
video.
that?
songs.
Window shop. He did the video in Italy. Window shopper. You know what I'm
Window
saying?
shopping is even window shopping. Is that like one of them known international Las Vegas crowd type tracks? No, it's not.
Man,
My
You
you
got to
mom
know.
get
knows those
50
I
Cent.
mean,
songs. My mom knows those songs.
50
but
Cent
his
50
My mom
50 is
knows
a
them.
big enough icon to definitely be in Vegas. If you really, it's enough 50 Cent fans in Vegas at any given time to where his shows should be fire. But you got to look
right.
at the way that Vegas do shit. People do shit in Vegas just because they in Vegas. So it could be like, oh, it could be an old 65-year-old man and his wife like, oh, honey, let's go see 50 Cent. And they just go in there shit and they like
That's happening. That's for sure gonna happen,
that's happening.
and
Yeah, it's
that's
for
gonna
sure
happen.
happening. It could
Yeah,
be a Asian person that came in from China the first time in Vegas, and they like, oh, 50 Cent here, and
yeah.
they
They
thinking
there to
about the song,
gamble.
but yes, I
They
mean,
there
like,
to
come on
gamble.
now, like, I mean, we can't act like 50 got them internationally known songs like that. Like, he got some
But
songs,
he
but
kind of has to though.
What I'm
he
For the
saying
does,
is
records
but
what
he
I'm
he
saying
don't.
is
sold at one
what
point.
I'm saying is we gotta give 50 his props. So even having this Vegas residency, I think it's a good thing for
We
hip
not
hop.
shitting on them.
I don't
We
think
not.
I just don't think it's the worst show in the world, man. I think it's some other shows out in Vegas that's been it was whack. I just can't say 50 show is whack. Like I people that I've heard that saw it say it was cool. So I don't
I
know.
I
agree with
mean,
Ron though.
Listen,
I agree with Ron to a degree though. Hot 97, nobody's been checking into that show for over a decade, and you have to be talking about 50 Cent show was the wackest. I mean, your show's been whack for since it came out. I mean, Pete
I mean,
Rosenberg is super whack. Respectfully, I
I
mean, you
think
got
they
him
saw
on
the
your
show.
squad.
I think they
I
saw
just think it
footage.
depends on who you
I
are.
don't think they
You
saw
know
the
what I mean?
show. I
Like,
think they still trolling 50 because he got into it with Ebro and that one time, and they want to troll 50. I don't think they really saw that show. Who's
I
in
think
Vegas from there?
if the four of
50
us
got
went to go
legacy
see 50
songs,
in
but
Vegas, we'll love it. We'll think he did a great job. We wouldn't have shit to complain about. We wouldn't say nothing. The four of
right.
us. But like I said, you gotta look at it from the aspect of a wide range of people. And like, I think if you perform on that Las Vegas um stage and residency stage, most of the people really that have been there been like real like true icons, like American icons, to where they music is known internationally or at least statewide, like by everybody, all races, all creeds, all colors, no matter damn near like at least they got 10 songs to where they can ring off and everybody and their mama know them.
So I got a
I don't
list.
think fit. I don't think 50
So
got
No,
that's
that
the
many
case for
songs that
you got
Usher.
the
everybody and their
So
mama
songs.
so
know.
so so
You
so
got
I got a list, y'all. I think because hip hop, we need more residencies in Vegas or hip hop adjacent. I got a list. I got 3 artists, so I think it's time to go to Vegas and set up shop. Number 3. All right, y'all bear with me. Number 3. Number 3. I really think it's time. Don't. I really think it's time. I'm not knocking it. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I think Vegas is a good gig.
again. You got to set it up. You setting
Yo,
it up.
I think it's
Go ahead.
time for
Don't say nonsense though,
I think
Ron.
it's time for Beyonce to go to Vegas. I really do. I really
Oh,
think it's
come
time
on,
for her to
man.
set up shop.
Oh, man.
Okay. All right.
I really think
Beyonce
so.
is the type of artist that can do that shit though. She is
I
She'll
definitely that
kill
type of
that.
artist.
I
She'll
really
kill Vegas. Like
okay. So Beyonce is number 3. Number 2, who
But she's
can
not hip hop. I thought you were talking about hip hop artists. Beyonce's not hip
I
hop.
think Jay-Z should do Vegas. I think it's time for Jay-Z to do
okay.
Oh,
Vegas.
now you're bugging.
I think it's time to
I
Jay-Z
mean,
to do
bro,
Vegas.
all these people got enough hits. So even 50, he do got the hits, right? But again, I don't know if they ringing off in Vegas. And a lot of what we know from 50 is the street stuff. Now, if you're running that in Vegas, not everybody in the crowd is gonna kind of be with that.
Right.
You know
Us-
what I mean? And even your PIMP and AO technology and whatever you want to ring off, a lot of them people they just like okay, but they
Have
just
a
there to
baby
gamble.
bunny, baby, be a billionaire.
You know what? And if you want it for a more musical experience, because I know
Yo, I think
Carlos
like
said
that song. I ain't gonna hold
for a more musical experience, I know Prince did Vegas a little bit. I think Carlos Santana did Vegas. I think if you
you.
wanted
Yo,
a
Ron,
more
how you not
the
say Snoop
roots.
Dogg?
No, wait. I'm not finished. I'm gonna get to my number 1, but I got a 1A.
Oh, okay.
The Roots may do a good Vegas show if you want something like a real small show. Like the Roots would be a good show. You can bring artists in and out, to perform with the Roots. They
The
can set up
Roots will light
shop.
some shit up playing with the
So
Roots.
that might
The
be a good
Roots will
little
light some
vibe to
shit
do.
up.
And the number 1 person in hip hop that should do a Vegas residency is Snoop Dogg. I think Snoop Dogg would be
Okay.
perfect
Okay.
with his missionary album. I think it's time for Vegas.
I
There's
mean,
no
you're saying
shade.
it
There's
like
no
you're
shade.
saying like big, like you're clowning people,
I
like
ain't
going to
clowning it.
Vegas
I'm
to
just
get
saying
Hey,
it's
clowned.
time. It's
That
time.
ain't you
It's
ain't getting
but
time.
Snoop
clowned.
It's time.
Snoop is
Time.
definitely that type of artist that could go to Vegas and everybody from no matter where they at gonna know some Snoop shit, or they just
Well,
gonna be.
it's also in the West Coast, so it's perfect for him.
Of
I
course.
mean, West Coast or not, Vegas ain't, most of the people that's down there in Vegas. I mean, you gonna get every zip code in America down there, so it's like it ain't really. You can't really say that it's a West Coast atmosphere because people come from the West Coast because it ain't that far, but for the most part, it's tourists, it's strangers, it's people from all over the place that's down there. International people from all over the United States. So an artist like 50 Cent, he definitely like he Vegas ready. But 50, I don't
Yeah.
think 50 is like I don't think that his music is big enough. I don't
50
think that
Cent's
he even
probably
like
the 50 Cent's probably
It's
the
footage of
10th
the show,
biggest
Ron.
name in hip hop history.
It's
I don't,
footage of the
Snoop is
show,
like
Ron.
the
If you want to
biggest
watch it,
yeah,
icon.
but not musically though. So even like the Roots, right? You got the Roots, and they got live instrumentation, and they got they more performative. So even if you
right.
not like don't even know the song, you can be like, oh shit, the guitar player was getting down, and like the drummer was
It's
drumming his ass off.
instrumentation.
Like, yeah, you can like still respect it on the entertainment level versus like 50 Cent up there running back and forth, bouncing back and forth or whatever. Like I said, looking like a
Watch
Ninja
video
Turtle and
footage.
shit with a bulletproof vest on and like what is he really
He
doing
had a
up there?
bulletproof vest on. I don't know. Did he?
I
I
mean,
mean,
I'm sure he
what
probably didn't, but I'm just imagining like the old 50 in the G Unit tank top with the
right.
bulletproof vest on up in Vegas running back and forth. Like, I mean,
Nah, I
I
heard
don't think it's
super.
like
Nah, let's not do 50 like that. 50 got he.
I
I heard
mean,
the set
that's
was dope.
real though.
Nah, let's not do 50.
It's
Let's not
real.
do fifth like that. But yo, that's who need to go to Vegas. Beyonce, and give Beyonce the spear. The spear. She can do the spear. And then the big joint in Vegas. She can do that. That'll be a great show. The Roots, you know what I'm
And you
saying?
act like it's a bad
Jay-Z,
thing. It's not a bad.
Jay-Z, and Snoop. Snoop after Missionary in Vegas. I think I don't know. I think Planet Hollywood might be a
American
good spot.
Gangster in Vegas would be crazy.
I don't think I want to see Jay-Z in Vegas. I, maybe
But
maybe like one
Jay got them
time.
hits. If you want to play the hit game, Jay got them all them songs. When you get to Vegas, you're gonna do your hit songs, yes, but you're gonna change it somehow. You're gonna make
But I
new
feel
renditions of those old songs. 50 didn't
but
make no new renditions of them old songs. When you go to
but
do a
I feel like
residency, you kind of change your songs. He didn't do
but
that.
I but I but I
There's no
also feel like
there's no
but
new.
I, but
You know?
but I also feel like Jay-Z, he's like Webster Hall. Like that's his scene. I don't want to see Jay-Z in Vegas.
See, now Jay could do like the
Like
Funktime
for a
Blues.
show in Vegas,
He could do see
yeah. Like
he could
just
do
to do
Seasons
He
of
gonna play
every
the
Kindness.
Frank
day.
Sinatra role. He could
Yeah,
play the Frank Sinatra role in Vegas, and it's gonna work.
Like Nas got a couple shows out in Vegas. He don't got a full residency, but he got a couple. He's
Yeah, a
doing a couple
couple
nights.
shows. Nas is not made for residency in Vegas. He can't do that.
I
Respectfully.
mean,
I think Jay-Z is a big enough celebrity and
of
artist.
course.
At least I mean probably especially before like this, the fake case and whatnot. I think that he could have done it at one time or another. Just because he's Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Yo,
think for sure. I think
Reasonable doubt would ring off in
another
Vegas.
artist
Kanye could do
no, a
Vegas.
reasonable doubt couldn't
Yeah,
do a Vegas tour.
Kanye
But another
Kanye could do
another
Vegas.
artist Another artist
Mhm.
that could do it is Kanye West. Kanye
Kanye
West is a
West.
big enough guy
Yeah.
and he
yeah,
has the
because Kanye
music to
West
where he could
is
do it.
pop music. He does pop music.
If you could
It's
shut
still
down
hip
a
hop.
whole stadium, all these guys have done
He's a
stadium
pop
tours.
artist.
If y'all could do stadium tours, you definitely can do Vegas. All these guys have done stadiums around the globe. So yeah, they could do Vegas. That's not a tall order. And what I mean by change the music, I don't mean totally change the whole song to something different. But it's certain sections in songs that they kind of bring in the live instrumentation in Vegas, blah blah blah. You got to do that. And 50,
Yo,
he's just doing the same exact song.
Kanye at
Yeah.
the Sphere would be crazy. Kanye at the Sphere would be crazy. Crazy show.
I don't even think Nicki Minaj could do a Vegas show.
You don't think so?
No, Nicki
She's a
Minaj can't
female
do
though
Not, I
too
mean,
though,
Vegas.
so she can
I think it would be like 50. It would be just the same as like 50 Cent doing it. I don't think it
If
would be no
if
bigger than
I
50 doing it.
if I had to pick a girl to do a Vegas show, no, I can't even pick her because she don't even show up to her own shows. I take that back. I take that back. I was gonna say Lauren Hill, but nah.
Nah,
Vegas
Lauren
is
Maybe
Lauren Hill
you know
be
performative
what?
though.
I'll
It's
say
not just about the song. You got to perform. You got to perform the song a certain way. Nicki Minaj could get dancers. If she brings out a bunch of dancers, people gonna watch that. They're in Vegas. But if
I mean,
50
yeah,
just gonna
she
go
also
there
does
and go
that Vogue stuff, that Voguing stuff. So who
I
knows?
think Ja Rule could do it if he can get all his features and shit to show up for him.
yeah, he could do it. He got the
Ja,
songs.
Missy Elliott could do it if she's healthy. I forget if
No,
she still has
Missy
some foot
Elliott can't do
problems.
it, man. We gotta stop this Missy Elliott overhyped shit. Like,
Missy can't do
Oh come
Vegas.
on, son, we not dissing
no,
Missy,
man, we gotta
bro.
stop it, man.
Yo,
Like,
what?
why are we acting like Missy got so many tracks and songs that was so fire? She ain't got it. She ain't got it like that. We gotta stop acting like she
But
got it like that. She ain't got
it,
enough
but
material
with
to be
Missy,
in
it's
nobody
performative.
list or even like she ain't got it like that.
But she could
And
do
I'll
the
give
Even
her
little
with
Missy. I'm
Missy,
not trying to
dancing if
shit
comes
on
down
her,
to
the
but
beat is right.
costume. Missy is a character. It's not just the music. So when you're looking at Missy, it's the costume, it's the performative aspect. So she could do the Vegas because it's not just the music; it's the whole gamut, the whole performance.
well,
She gonna
brothers.
change costumes.
Well,
She
brothers,
gonna do all that.
we need to make a run out to Vegas, and we might do the show from Vegas one of these days, man. Maybe if 50 is back in a couple months, we'll do that. Maybe we'll check out Nas, but I'm really thinking hopefully Jay-Z. But let's end the show tonight. Mad Max and Super and Leroy, what's your final thoughts of the evening?
All right, my final thoughts of the evening, and I don't want to call it uproar, but I've been seeing on the internet something that has been pissing me off on TikTok. I need all the people my age and under to stop the nonsense. Beyonce is not Michael Jackson. She's not even Janet Jackson. Y'all gonna stop disrespecting Michael Jackson. I'm getting sick and tired of you young whippersnappers from Generation Alpha and Z talking crazy about Michael Jackson. It has to stop tonight.
Okay.
Better performer than Michael Jackson. Stop capping, all
Yeah,
right?
yeah, we
She's
got to
not even
stop
better
that.
I,
than Chris Brown, who's doing the flying graces from Batman backflips in South Africa while hitting ballads. She's not even that dude. Stop saying that stuff. It's
Max, they're
nasty work.
comparing impact. They're comparing impact, Max.
She's not impactfully on Michael Jackson level. Stop doing that, man.
I
Stop
think
it. It's nasty.
I think you may want to look at some tour concerts
Nah,
from
I mean
Beyonce.
And
Leroy.
Michael Jackson
I
had
don't want to
people
get
fainting
roasted.
before he said a word.
I don't want to get roasted in the chat. But Leroy, if you talk about
I
the
think you
game
might
right
want to look
now,
at Beyonce's career.
if Leroy, if you talk about the game right now, she ain't the top of the mountain right now. B, I ain't,
He ain't
I know.
breezy.
I think when you put Beyonce's whole career on a scale from 96 to 2025, when you put that whole weight of that on a scale, that's a lot.
Leroy, let me ask you one question. In the
Man,
history of music, how many top 50s, how many songs Beyonce got? And you talking about the history of pop music, rock music, R&B music. How many songs Beyonce, Destiny's Child got in the top 50? I got
man,
0.
y'all missing the point of what people really talking about.
What are they talking about, Super?
Any stage you put Beyonce on, it's gonna be a problem. That's
They
all
Yeah,
talking
gonna be
about
because
messy.
she does
performing, man.
theatrics.
I think y'all, like, listen, man. Y'all got to we got to stop hating, man. God damn, we got to stop hating. We
We ain't hating,
cannot
Super.
pretend.
We just
No,
keep it in
man.
the
No,
buck.
for real, straight up and down, man. Listen. I'm finna pull a Kanye. Ain't no way in the hell we gonna sit up here and say that Beyonce ain't one of the best live performers there are out
Ain't
here, man.
nobody
Like,
saying that. Ain't nobody
not
Nobody's
saying
even
not
that.
shit. Like, we
saying
gotta
But
that.
stop
that's
it,
not
I'm
man.
not
specific
saying
All
to
right.
her.
that.
Okay. So
We
this
But
is
saying
when
it
you
ain't
this.
talk
Michael
about
Jackson.
Michael Jackson, there's a
Okay.
level
So
here.
listen. So don't get me wrong. She not Michael Jackson performing. All right. So let's get this out the
She's
way.
not Janet
But
either.
she's very close for this generation's
Yes,
Michael
very
Jackson.
close.
Who else?
Yeah.
Who else can you say? Who
I'm
else
not
you gonna
trying to
say
say
that
it, Super. I'm
that
not trying to
performed?
say it. But if you keep it in the buck, she not right now. Right now, she not the number one in the game. Right now, it's the truth.
Who's number one?
Who
Who is
who
that
who
person?
My
who?
man said it in the chat. My man said in the chat. Akbar. My man Akbar said the joint. What do you say? I'm gonna put it up because I don't want to say it,
Come on,
but
man.
that's what it
I mean,
is. That's
Taylor
what it
Taylor
I
Swift.
don't,
Swift
is.
better
come on,
not
man. What
ever.
is he saying?
That's what
Taylor
it is,
Swift?
man. That's what it
Oh,
is.
you're wildin'.
Taylor Swift don't
That's
do
cool.
shit.
You're
That's
She
cool.
stand up there and hold her
wildin'.
guitar and it ain't no knock on her, man. But
You're
she ain't
wildin'.
performing. She ain't synchronizing shit. She ain't choreographing nothing. She ain't dancing, singing, hitting no notes like Beyonce. We got to
Taylor
stop
Swift
doing
better
this,
not
man.
ever hit a
We got
stage
to for
after
real.
Beyonce.
Look, I'm just
She
saying.
Yo, but I'm just gonna,
We gotta stop
I'm
it,
just
man.
gonna
We
say
gotta
this.
stop it, man. We
I'm
do
just gonna
gotta
Do
stop
say
y'all
it.
know
this.
who Beyonce is out here? Like, do y'all know Beyonce's
Chris
career?
Brown, Chris Brown's in South Africa for 2 days looking like the first Robin, Dick Grayson, and his parents before Two Face or whoever shot him out the sky in the circus, okay? The flying graces for real. Somersaults in the midair
Oh.
singing is crazy.
I
Beyonce's
don't
not
know
doing
how
that.
people
She
like
rode a horse and then did some hip thrusts on a Netflix
Super,
even if you
game,
super,
don't like
halftime
super.
show or
But
something.
Leroy and Super. Check the numbers, man. I'm just saying.
even if
I'm
you
not
don't
saying.
like Beyonce,
Just check the
you
numbers,
have to
bro.
admit some talent
I'm
when you
not,
see it.
and I'm not trying to compare her to Janet Jackson or Michael Jackson or what I mean, like none of the great performers in the past. But I mean, if we're gonna just go off of since Beyonce been out and the people that's been her competition or the people that's been in her class range or even after
They
her,
got
we can't
slaughtered.
let's not play that. Let's not say that her or Summer Walker or even Rihanna. Rihanna don't do shit but stand there and sing and like,
Slaughtered.
like she is not nowhere
Beyonce has
near on the
slaughtered
performance
the.
level
No,
of Beyonce.
Beyonce's
I'm
a
not
top
fucking with
performer.
Beyonce
She
on
is a
that.
top performer. I'm not saying
That's
she's
all.
Yes,
That's
not,
all I'm
but
saying, and I
slaughtered
think
she's
the.
that's
not.
all. That's the Michael Jackson performance, or that's the Michael Jackson comparison. That's it, really. That's all. I don't think nobody really like. I
No,
mean, if you trying
but
to put
super,
her on a
you're not
Michael
seeing
Jackson
the
level,
TikToks,
I,
bro. They're on TikTok saying she's a better performer than Mike. I can't deal with it.
I
It breaks
mean,
my heart. It's
nah,
hurting my
nah.
heart. Like
But I
it
mean,
hurts my
I think
brain
it's
too. Yeah.
impact. I think it's impact. You cannot measure Michael Jackson's impact because it's impossible. Well, guess who you can't measure either? We can't measure Beyonce's impact. That's impossible
You can measure it.
because
You can measure it,
because
yeah,
B.
yeah,
she
you
touched
can
every
measure it.
place
You
on
can
the
me-
planet. She has reached every place on the planet. At
who
that
got the
point,
number who got the highest grossing tour of all time?
you can't measure
I'm
Beyonce
just
or
asking
Michael
a
Jackson.
question. Who got the highest grossing
I'm
world tour of all time?
Around the globe, period. They both circled the globe a bunch of times.
And
They're
no, I'm
unmeasurable.
asking somebody just last year had the hot. They both had tours. Beyonce had a tour. This other
Yes.
artist had a tour. Who had the number one world tour in history? It's crushing it
Okay.
by like
So Michael Jackson.
Leroy, man, you don't even have to answer this question. It's disrespectful to even answer this question.
nah. Y'all
We
ain't
all
disrespecting.
know that
It's
Michael Jackson.
cool.
Listen, Beyonce ain't touching Michael Jackson. Don't even. I'm not even entertaining the Michael Jackson compared to Beyonce. I'm not even entertaining that shit. It's not worthy of a conversation at all.
Michael
Beyonce
was
is
a
not
child
on.
star too,
She's not on Michael Jackson level as
and
far
a
as
movie star.
stardom,
Mm.
child stardom, teenage stardom, grown up stardom, um, wherever stardom you want. She's not even in the stratosphere of Michael Jackson, but she's definitely great in her own right and comparable as far as saying the greatest since type shit. Other than, like I said, I mean,
Oh yeah.
y'all got to name somebody. If we not gonna say that Beyonce ain't one of the greatest live performers since
You know who's a
Michael
better live
Jackson.
performer than her?
Since Michael
Bro,
Jackson, who?
are you gonna say Chris Brown or what?
No,
Bruno Mars.
you know who's a
Bruno
better live
Mars.
performer than Beyonce?
Bruno
And
Mars.
her music isn't really comparable.
Bruno
Her music
Mars?
isn't comparable, but Bruno Mars, hell
Bruno.
no.
Do you
Who
realize
said
we have
that?
all
Ron?
copied? Do you
I'm
I was
realize
gonna
asking
say
all
questions.
Sierra.
I'm
all
asking
every
questions.
artist owes Beyonce. Every artist
Oh,
after Destiny Child came in the game, songwriting changed. There are things that we do in songs that come directly from her. That there's a whole falsetto in cadence. Just like when people changed their flow when the Migos came. Look, there after the Migos, a certain change in flow came. Well, in R&B, after Destiny Child and Beyonce, a certain change in delivery happened, and their cadences started getting way more spicy. That's a Beyonce effect.
Again, guy.
I,
The artists
I'm just
changed the
saying,
way.
Beyonce's dope. Beyonce's dope, one of the greatest that we've ever seen. But when we talk about music, and I had this conversation with Mike, if you look at James Brown records, Prince records, Stevie Wonder records, Michael Jackson records, Janet Jackson records, Beyonce, Destiny's Child don't have no
There's
records that top those records. She just don't. And let's keep it about the music.
put her on a
She just don't.
stage, bro.
She
yeah, but
Put her on a stage.
that's
She gonna
that.
make Beyonce perform for like 3 hours or 4 hours. I guarantee for that whole 3 or 4 hours, she is going to slaughter
No,
everything
I
moving
actually
on
seen.
the
I
stage.
actually I went to the On the Run tour and Jay did a better job. But that's another story for another
Hey,
day.
He's a
and
Beyonce's a better
I went
live
on a
performer than
I went on
Sierra.
the under I went on the on the run tour too in Chicago, and Beyonce did her fucking thing. Like I said, I didn't have no complaints about neither one of them, but I was impressed with Beyonce,
Beyonce is a
the way she
monster, bro.
the way she sounded, and she basically looked like she did a full-fledged 2-hour workout up there. So like, you know what I mean? Like I mean I get it, man. I mean, um Janet Jackson, we give Janet Jackson a lot of credit for her choreographics and all that. And you know what I mean? Like I don't think that Beyonce is I think Janet Jackson is superior to Beyonce.
She got better
But
songs
I
too.
don't think it's very far off.
She
It's
got
not like
better
a blowout.
songs. She got better
Love
Yeah,
records
she
than
Janet.
don't
her.
no, she do.
I love Janet.
Janet Jackson's songs are better than Beyonce. So I'm not
Beyonce is
even
a
gonna
different
compare that.
animal.
But just the
Beyonce is a different
performance,
animal.
just the straight up and down stage presence and performance, you gotta give it to Beyonce. On I ain't saying better than Janet Jackson, but she is very close to Michael Jackson ish since Michael Jackson been gone, or since a Michael Jackson. I can't think of nobody else that performed at that type of level as
Look,
a Beyonce in the
the
game.
way we look at Janet Jackson, that's how these kids that grew up in the Beyonce era, that's how they looking at Beyonce. The same way we was looking at Janet Jackson.
No, you're not. My kids is dancing to Michael Jackson.
All right, bro. These
I
kids
was.
don't even know Janet Jackson like that. They never heard her music.
They
They
got
Hey,
weren't
yo,
YouTube.
born
oh,
when she was
stop it.
outside.
They got YouTube, Leroy. They got
They
YouTube.
don't
They can
know.
see.
And YouTube's a huge factor. When Michael Jackson was outside, there was no internet. When Beyonce was outside, there was internet. Do you know the level of impact the internet brought with it? Like
Yeah, but that's inflation. That's inflation. That don't count.
that gave access to people to look at Beyonce shows anytime they want. They couldn't look at Michael Jackson shows anytime they wanted in the 80s and the 90s.
Man, we
And
gotta
Yo,
start.
but
We got
but
we
I
but
gotta start
but
having some
seen some.
honest
but
I
Leroy,
seen
conversation.
some.
Michael Jackson and Janet Jackson have choreography that other people in certain tribes across the earth have
True.
taken into their own tribal dance. So
What you
that's
think
a
they do with
totally different
Beyonce?
impact, bro. They're not doing that for Beyonce.
I don't know no place in the world where Beyonce's not looked at as like a huge icon. If you know a place where Beyonce's not looked at like that, you let me know.
I'm not.
Okay.
We're not saying she's not an icon. I'm just saying I'm making 2 points, and that's it. We gotta close the show. And Leroy, give your final thoughts and super duper, and I'll close this out. All
Let's
I'm
do it.
saying is that I just don't think that she's, and super duper, you
Okay.
said it. She's not on Michael's level. I don't think she's on Janet's level, and I don't think she has the music to be on the level of a James Brown or a Stevie Wonder, or even, you know what I'm saying, as she
We
don't have
don't
the
know what
music.
a Michael Jackson level is. You can't measure Michael Jackson's level. There's no
Leroy,
measurement for
Leroy,
Michael
why are
Jackson.
you wilding right now? We know the level of
There's
Michael
how do
Jackson.
you
We do
measure
know.
Michael Jackson's impact?
We know.
How?
We know the level by the album
Because it's
sold, by the
infinite.
videos,
It's
by the
infinite.
presence.
You
Like
can't measure
the.
that. It's too vast. You can't measure Michael
So it's
Jackson.
Come
It's too
on,
immeasurable.
man.
vast.
That's my
So
You
point
This
then.
can't measure
so Leroy's
Beyonce.
basically saying that we're right, that she's not Michael Jackson level.
You
That's what
can't
he's really
measure
saying.
Beyonce's impact. How? How would we measure that?
Uh,
There is no
and it,
ruler that tall. There's no ruler that tall to measure that. There's no ruler to measure Michael Jackson. It doesn't exist.
this
It,
ain't
his
even
his
worth arguing right now. I can't even.
But
I'm
go
not
ahead,
going.
go ahead, go ahead.
That's a whole nother logic and demonstration that you'll have to
Once
break
you
down to
reach
even make this
icon
happen.
status, and in the internet age, I don't know how we're measuring an icon no more,
And I'm
because
talking about the
that's
music.
too
I'm just talking
vast.
about the music. I'm talking about the music. And we forgot to talk about Prince. And Prince,
the internet stuff is
I've seen
fake,
Prince
though.
perform 2 or 3 times. And Prince, I mean, Prince is on another level. But Leroy, what's your final thoughts of the night, brother?
My final thoughts is this, and something that I think must happen, and people are gonna think it sounds regular, but we have to get to a place where battles is just a regular thing, and nobody's even tripping. Like we think that we're at that place, we're not. Again, we see like one major battle every decade in hip hop. In hip hop, you got 100 rappers, and they all think they're the best, and we only get one battle like every decade. That's crazy. We got to get to a place where
But
just
that's not
battling
true. We get more than one battle every decade.
2 or 3 or 4, even if we got 5 battles a decade, still we got 100 rappers that all say they the best. A battle should just be regular. Like that should just be regular stuff. Like so that's my only thought. Joey, I think he's doing what he's supposed to do. I think Kendrick makes the statements he does specifically to get challenged. I think he wants to get challenged, like literally. And I think
He wants
Joey,
to get challenged by a particular artist. Particular artist. There's
but
been a
you
bunch of
need
dudes who responded to Kendrick. He has not dared looked in the direction. So
that's
like we
cool,
can't
but
say he wants to get challenged.
it's just like when Lupe goes on stage and says, "I'm the better rapper than everybody." Well, the reason why he's saying that is because he wants to be challenged. So Kendrick wants to be challenged. So Joey's just following suit. And as a rapper, I know a lot of y'all are thinking to yourself, "I'm better than Kendrick Lamar," but you never say that on record. So just say that or demonstrate that or whatever. Go, go at him then.
But
No,
But
no doubt, no doubt. Super. What's your final thoughts for the night, brother?
My final thoughts is Drake, man, go get some damn therapy, man. Sit your ass down and get some Kendrick therapy. You need like I don't know, man. Kendrick to put this man in the fucking in the sharpshooter and got him tapping out all over the place. He embarrassing himself left and right. He making the wrong moves. He can't stop making an embarrassment of himself. And so my last thought is Drake, sit your ass down somewhere, make some good music, and actually come back with something else. Like okay, it's fine. All right, you got this out your way. If you want to just if you want to even just throw Drake some bail and be like, okay, this is Drake's song admitting defeat, and we can move on. Move on. Let's just make sure that you move on after this. I don't even want to hear Kendrick come out your mouth. Don't try to send no subliminals. Don't send no more shots. It's over. I don't want to. I want this to be totally done with. It's almost embarrassing all the steps that this beef then took, and all the conversations that it then led up to, the lawsuits, the analyzing bars, the if he
Trash
lying, they
bars.
lying, or I'm
Trash
just
bars.
Drake, don't do nothing. Kendrick
Leave it
Lamar,
alone.
if you the new boogeyman and you're gonna be the boogeyman, put Joey Badass in his place. The boogeyman can't duck no smoke. And I don't care how small or large you think the artist is. If you don't think Joey Badass is worth the response, he poking you, he pushing you. He basically calling you out. He didn't say your name, but he basically calling you out. You can't be the boogeyman in 2025 and be ducking smoke. So
But he's
that's my
ducked
final
smoke from
thoughts.
Pat Pools and others. I mean,
Yeah,
he's not
but
gonna
but now
respond to
but
Joey
now but
Harper.
now he's the self-proclaimed boogeyman, and the audience is calling him the boogeyman. So
Right.
there's
But
no
they've been
ducking
calling him
smoke.
the boogeyman his whole career.
Yeah, so like I said, I mean, he gotta take that approach. You wanna invoke Tupac in this shit, just like Drake did. What would Tupac do? What would Tupac do if a Joey Badass called his name out? So
You know,
he gotta
Well,
put Joey Badass in his
Tupac
place.
dissed
He
Chino
gotta respond
XL,
to that.
so you know.
He gotta put him in his place one way or another. I'm not accepting that Pusha T, Jim Jones, no response shit. I want to hear a response. It ain't gotta
Right.
be a whole song, but it can be a fuck
A
Joey
bar.
Badass, or it can be something to address the
Pushy,
song
put,
slightly or another. But Boogeyman can't
no,
duck
well,
smoke
sidebar super. Pusha T, you better diss Jim Jones on your new Clips
for
album.
sure. I
Diss
ain't
Jim
forgot.
Jones.
no doubt, no
You
doubt.
Jim
better, yo,
Jones
But
and
you
the
better
crazy
fry
and
him.
we'll
Yeah,
touch
I ain't
on
forget that
we'll
either.
touch
Yeah,
on
you better fry him.
we'll touch on the next show. But I want to close this out. I got a couple things to say. Number 3, Snoop, Vegas. Let's make that happen. I think it's time for that to happen. Kanye at the Spear. I think that needs to happen. I think that'll be a dope show. Uh, Beyonce at the Spear will be a dope show too. Number 2, do the knowledge. TikTok is not the answer. Go to YouTube. Like my little boy who's 5 and 7. My little boys, they look at Michael Jackson videos. They study the moves. They look at James Brown videos, Jackie Wilson, Stevie Wonder, Rick James. Do the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Beyonce is great, but there's people that came
She's a
before her.
female.
People that
She's an
came, Aretha Franklin, Patti LaBelle, you know what I'm saying? Martha the Vandellas, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Let's look at all Janet Jackson. Even want to take it to another spectrum, Madonna. Look at all the old videos before we crown somebody the best of all time, because there's a lot of history in this music. And Prince. I saw Prince in Madison Square Garden. I saw Prince his final show. I was in the audience the last time he ever sung Pump Purple Rain at the Fox in Atlanta. Piano and the mic. He just had a piano and the mic. Crazy show.
They're
So
all great.
do the
They're
knowledge
all.
for we saying who's the best performer. And last but not least, I know I got Mad Max and Super Duper on the show. Back in August, I sat and told y'all brothers who the MVP of the NFL was gonna be. It's gonna be Josh Allen again. Josh Allen for the first time. MVP. I was right. Y'all was wrong. And hit show, make sure you hit like and subscribe. Tap into us
Did you
on
watch the
Mondays
game
or
tonight?
Wednesday. He play tomorrow, but your boy Ron was right again. Hit like and subscribe. We appreciate you guys tapping in. Get us to 100,000 followers. We will be on Mic Check on Monday. And then Wednesday, me, Leroy, and Super will touch back in with you, man. Peace. Have a good night.
Salute,
Yes,
fellas.
sir.
Salute.
Hip hop wins again. Salute, fellas.